sign up and get up to 60 months to pay with no money down. Don't give us a nickel. You heard me right, up to 60 months to pay, no money down. That includes our full lineup of massage chairs. And, yes, it includes Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, Purple, Puffy, the Smart Bed by Instinct Comfort, Posh and Lavish, and more. You can get pre-qualified at mattressexpressny.com. Look for the 15-second Express Credit app. Stop into any store. No appointment necessary. We'd be happy to qualify you in store. And you can call 1-800-NEW-BEDS. See store for details.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
At MVHS, our team members fell in love with care long ago. Their lives were changed, and their world has been expanding ever since. In respect, compassion, knowledge, and ability. And it's only just begun. Because fueling the future of care starts here at the Wynn Hospital. Local care on a whole new level. The Wynn Hospital. Unwavering commitment and compassion. Learn more at mvhealthsystem.org. This is for you. The first steps taken in the Wynn Hospital are the first steps of a care experience that stands apart. One where compassion can always be found, where teams are trained to serve you well, and where cutting-edge technology is always at the ready. Because here, you not only receive state-of-the-art care, you have a distinctive care experience, one that is all about your comfort in a healing environment. Welcome to the Wynn Hospital.
Navage provides quick, drug-free nasal relief this time of year when everyone is sick. Navage helps by sucking out germs, bacteria, and viruses trapped in our noses that cause us to feel miserable. And come allergy season, it does the same with dust, pollen, and other allergens. And unlike medications that can take time to help, Navage helps treat congestion symptoms in seconds flat. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
How about that Terry Johnson? Is he just not unbelievable? You can see the whole thing and see his guitar up on our website at WIBX950.com.
And, you know, it's one thing to be able to play guitar, which I can't. I'm terrible. But it's one thing to be able to turn something into a guitar and then shred it.
Well, and it's very interesting the way he does it. So he tunes it specific because there's only 3 chords. So he has I would think he has a way of tuning. I don't know what he does, to be honest with you. But he's playing slide guitar, so there are no frets to determine. He's just making his way up the.
So he's just got to know
guitar,
when to pluck the string and when to slide the slide, and it sounds amazing.
Well, where to slide it, and that's why you come up into in tune. You kind of come into in tune as he's. It's kind of like a George Thorogood thing.
Very similar sound.
But he has a one-man band. He plays all over the place. He was at Ketchators down in Ilion just recently, and he plays all over, so you can check him out on his website. But on our website, you'll see the video, and it's all up there.
I think he hung with George Thorogood.
He did.
On his tour bus with his funky guitar.
Yeah. Okay, listen to this. We were just talking about the beginning of I have a rating of all maybe it's USA Today or somebody has rated all of the Super Bowl performances since 1993. 93 is when Michael Jackson performed. And that
did
was
a ranking
at the Rose Bowl. They've ranked everyone since then. And I'm surprised that this latest one was at like 16 or something.
Usher?
Yeah, I thought this was one of the worst ones. I mean, it's ranked higher.
And everybody is saying
it ranked higher than Tom Petty, than Springsteen.
Get out.
According to this list, yeah. Anyway, if you notice, and we talked about this yesterday, Alicia Keys sounded, something was wrong.
Yeah, something was going on.
She sounded terrible when she opened up, and her voice cracked is really what happened. So when they posted this on YouTube, they corrected it.
When they posted the performance?
So
Interesting.
when they posted the performance where her voice cracked, they fixed it. I don't think that's cool. I think you screwed up.
Listen,
Your
nobody
voice
gave
cracked. It's got to stay. You can't fix it.
Nobody gave Mariah Carey a break when she did "All I Want for Christmas" for the Christmas tree lighting. Remember that? And then they isolated the audio, and it was awful.
Yeah. Well, this is what we're doing right now, so we have it. Anyway, NFL the NFL channel's official version on YouTube, they have corrected it. So we like that, like the Mariah Carey thing. We have what aired and then how they fixed it. Do you want to hear the difference between
of course.
the two?
Yeah.
I have them both there. Here we go. Yeah, and it's absolutely playing perfectly. Can you hear it?
It's the story of the morning.
Were you able to hear it? Yeah, because nothing's playing right? I don't know why I've got no audio all of a sudden.
Are you plugged in there?
Yeah. What? What are you getting cocky with the Terry Johnson thing? Could this be on the wrong pot? Yeah, it is. Somebody's screwing with the board. Oh, you hear it right there. Right there. Where she cracks. Her voice cracks. Listen. I mean, that whole line was bad.
Oof.
And now listen, we're going to play it for you again as it happened, and then how they fixed it on YouTube.
Some people want it all, but I don't. Some people want it all, but I don't. Want nothing.
I have auto-tune right on this computer. I could fix it.
Wow.
Yeah. In fact, this isn't even my real voice. I've completely went back 10 years, and I autocorrect myself every morning.
In real time.
For me, in real time. In real time. For me, it's okay, but not Alicia Keys. Here she is again.
Yeah.
Here she is.
Some people want it
Hey, we heard what we heard.
but I don't.
And then they fix it. And then they fix it.
Some people want it all, but I don't. Want nothing at all if it ain't you, baby.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. It's not like that, people are going to say, oh, Alicia Keys, she's got a terrible voice. She can't hack it anymore. She's still one of the best female vocalists on the planet.
Now,
okay?
if you recorded in a studio and you're recording, and they'd fix it. They would fix it. And what's interesting, if you wonder about how it's fixed, you literally have on your screen, you see the voice. It isolates the voice. And then the way mine works is I take my mouse, and you can take that one note, and it then sustains the note. And then you can, with your mouse, you can move it up.
So you can make me sound like Alicia Keys.
I'm telling you, probably not. But
Okay.
it's incredible how they do it. But people, is it such a big deal? I don't know. People are up in arms.
No, it's not
They're
a big
all
deal
up
that
in
they
arms.
changed it, but it is a big deal that they changed it.
Her voice cracked. I mean, listen, as artists get a little older, their voices she's not going to have that same Alicia Keys voice all her life.
And God bless her, she was performing live. Some people were lip syncing. Usher sang like 20 words of all of his songs.
Yeah,
he was he was doing more dancing than singing.
Yeah, there's more of this audio. Some people want it all, but I don't, and the notes are fixed. Then the rest remains the same. So the rest of it is exactly as it was. This is all her. I mean, she's really good. She didn't get a chance to warm up, and she cracked. She cracked under pressure.
Maybe she was doing a little partying before.
On the program today, a bunch to get to. Ryan Schmelz coming up. The Senate has put together a deal for Ukraine and Israel, but all of a sudden the House says no deal. I'm very curious to see where this is all going to go. Umpire time. Umpire. You know who's an umpire? Our man, Jeff Mananski.
Yeah.
Is he in studio or on the phone?
I believe he's going to come in and give his, 1-year recap of his first year as umpire.
Jeff will come in, and this morning Jeff is going to do this. He'll be like, I don't know, when I was here, this didn't happen. And when I was here, the app played perfectly. I don't know what you guys are doing. When I was here, that didn't happen.
I never missed sports when I was here.
When I was here, we had sports. What happened to your sports? Everything went down again.
Listen, this morning I'm ready to walk away.
I'm telling you, beginning on March 1st, we are going to be broadcasting outside the studio. It will be gutted, and I'm good with that. Gut the thing. Gut it. I can't even stand this board that we have.
Are we going to have a camera on your in-studio?
Yes, we are.
Basement studio?
Don't say that. I don't want people to know where we'll be, but
hit
apparently
the
now
delay.
they'll know.
Hit the delay.
All right. Here, I'll hit it. A little late, though, isn't it?
No, I don't think so. I think we're good.
No, it's only 5 seconds. Anyway, so Davey will be in a remote studio here in the building. We don't even know where. Probably a closet or something, right? Is that what they're telling you?
In the men's room.
In the men's room. And while they got this studio and put in all brand new equipment. And I think they're doing down the hallway first.
We're going to be in a state-of-the-art remote location for our broadcasts.
And while they put it together a state-of-the-art studio. So I'm very excited. The problem is I'm warning you that everything that can go wrong will go wrong. Everything over between now and then. It's kind of like when MVHS was getting ready to move over to the new hospital.
Yep.
And something broke at St. E's. It's like, we're going to be out of here in 2 months.
Who cares?
So I think we're going to be in. Why would we fix the faucet in the bathroom when we're going to be gone?
Yeah.
And that's kind of where we're going to be. So there will be problems. And this morning was just like that. Andrew had no computers this morning. No. And we live on
resource.
That. No nothing. And in fact, the news you did was off the top of your head. I thought that was impressive.
Thank you.
Sal Barbero is on. We'll talk about umpiring along with Jeff Mananski this morning. The Utica City budget. This could be more problematic than anybody knows. We have someone piping in here this morning. I'm just going to tell you what they say, and I'd like to get everybody's take on all of it coming up this morning.
I've been doing a lot of thinking about that. Regardless of who's to blame, there has to be a better solution, and it can't be a double-digit tax increase. Because what's going to happen is...
First of all, people are not prepared for their budgets on this. So we'll get to it coming up. Around 7:35, 7:40, I want to dig in. And what this person says is there may be some wrongdoing involved. I'll get into it and explain.
I'm telling you what it's going to have
there may be
on the real estate
some
market.
wrongdoing. And the real estate market, it will impact as well. And then the former vice president of this business is coming on the radio today. I'm so excited.
I knew you would be. It's my gift to you for all the screw-ups.
There's one store we found down almost at the Pennsylvania border. We were going down once to buy fireworks.
Yeah.
And I ran across a working, active Radio Shack.
Get out.
Yeah. Yeah, and we went in and bought all the stuff that you can't buy anymore. Anyway, the former vice president of Radio Shack is a retail expert, and we'll speak with him a little later on this morning. Ryan Schmelz is with Fox News Radio, and this actually is a recording of Ryan last week. We're just pumped a couple different words in there, and it's exactly the same.
We Alicia Keys did.
As the president's attorneys say to the Supreme Court, it's deja vu all over again. Ryan Schmelz, good morning.
Yeah, but this time it actually passed, so I think it's a little bit different. Right?
It is. However, the House is already coming out and saying dead on arrival again.
No.
Not going to happen.
Well, of course. Of course, yeah. I think we kind of expected that, right? This was I don't know. I think all that was predictable, especially if there was no Ukraine funding attached to this, right? If Leader Schumer, if Leader McConnell was one of the people who put his foot in the ground and said, we're not passing this foreign aid package without border security reforms, you know for sure that the House was going to feel the same way.
Yes.
Now, McConnell was a little more open-minded to passing the aid package without the border security reforms, but the House is simply just going to be no, sir.
So this Senate deal is for Ukraine and for Israel.
Yes, and then you also have Taiwan and humanitarian aid for Gaza.
Okay, all right. So do you think that? So the Senate has passed it, which means now you have McConnell approval, and it makes it more difficult for the House to say no, or maybe they come back with some adjustments.
Yes, so there's a couple options that you could watch out for here. Number one, when you look at the 1/3 of Republicans supporting this, you have to think it's probably similar in the House. So if Democrats put what's called a discharge petition out there, and if they get enough Republicans to sign on to that with them, this could essentially force Republicans or Speaker Johnson to put this on the House floor where it could have enough votes to pass. Now, the discharge position is extremely rare, so I don't know if that's for sure going to be an option here. What I think is a definite possibility, based off of some Republicans I've talked to, is the idea of Speaker Johnson negotiating with the White House and trying to essentially do what the Senate did, but instead it's Speaker Johnson leading it and the White House leading it.
Very interesting. So the door has been left open by just a crack, but the door has been left open.
I think so. I think that's accurate.
yeah, that's good. And the reality, something has to be done here, right?
Yeah.
And based on the interview, a lot of people are saying with Tucker Carlson, there are cracks in the for Russia in the war against Ukraine, and this would be not the time to put Ukraine in a position where they don't have the funding.
Yeah, well, and it's always hard to read what's actually going on in Russia because of who their leader is and how things. I mean, look, we've got a colleague over at the Wall Street Journal who's in jail right now because he was going to expose a story about Russia's lack of economy and how it was doing, and he ended up going to jail for that. So, we don't know what kind of cracks are in Russia's, system right now. We've heard stories about protests going on because of men being being drafted into their military against in a war that they don't support. You hear a lot of stories like that. So certainly Russia has always had some cracks. We just don't know what the extent of them are because of, some of the silence that goes on in that country.
This is somewhat worrisome as we're looking at the presidential race. This is Rob here saying it gives Ukraine aid into a potential, I'll add the word potential, Rob, Trump presidency, which Trump is against. Trump is against giving aid to Ukraine, which is why the House is resisting. How did they get past that?
Yes, no, and also you have Senator J.D. Vance also pushing this narrative that there's a provision in this border security, this foreign aid package that essentially says that if former President Trump stops funding Ukraine before the 2025 funds expire that are in this provision, then essentially that would set up grounds for him to be impeached once again. So he believes there's kind of like a loophole there for Democrats to impeach him.
Interesting. Okay. Well, nothing seems easy in Washington today. That's for darn sure.
No.
Yeah. All right. Ryan Schmelz, as always, thank you. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
You too. We'll see you guys.
All right. Ryan Schmelz with Fox News Radio. It is kind of deja vu, though, right? All over again because it's just like nothing.
It's Washington.
Nothing is going to get done.
What do you expect?
And the difference here this time is true is that the Senate has passed it. Joe Joseph, did you get the email I sent you about the story on Remington? Yes. So thank you for that, Joe. And it's now a story that's run all over the place. So we're talking about a story about Remington Arms written by the Associated Press. And it was in the New York Post over the weekend. I believe Syracuse.com might have it today. Anyway, this is an AP story. They dug into Remington, interviewed people. Do you know it's like March 1st or 2nd? That plant is expected to shutter.
Wow.
Close its doors.
Yeah.
And that's just shocking when you look at the history. And still, right now, there is no plan for what to do. It's such an enormous facility. And with Remington leaving, it is such a. I feel like this is such an emotional moment for people, especially in the Valley and especially in Ilion, that for a couple of 100 years they've been making guns there. But at least in modern history, that's been it's been the place where everybody's fathers and brothers and even sisters
and grandfathers
have worked. And it's the same. It's almost the same. And this was in the story. It's almost the same type of atmosphere as Detroit has with automaking, and that's what Ilion has. At 3:30 in the afternoon, you didn't want to be anywhere near Ilion because the Remington, I guess that would be the second shift, let out. And everybody, so you had 2,000 plus workers getting in their vehicles all at once, and it was really interesting. I remember this as a kid. When that whistle would blow, it would mean the shift was over. And I would always be sitting there. It's like sometimes I'd borrow the car from my father, so I'd be sitting there waiting for my father to come out. And he'd come out normally, but there would be some people that wanted to beat the traffic, and it was like a football game with 2 minutes left. So they would come run literally. I remember this one guy with a black lunchbox, and he would come running out and turn right and go up the hill, and he was running. He was running to get out of there because if you got to your car first, you could get out of town without getting stuck in all the traffic.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
I mean, this is almost like Ilion's version of Rome's base closing. I mean, I know that the scale is
similar.
A little bit different.
Yeah, it's very similar.
We can only hope that the resurgence that happened in Rome, or that is happening in Rome, will happen in Ilion somehow.
Mike says, wrongdoing at the city of Utica regarding the budget. Were they buying stamps for Palmieri's retirement party? That's a good one. What else do I have in the news here today? By the way, we have a guest in studio who's sitting in this morning. I guess I'm not ready to show you him, but we will in a little while, I promise. His name is Rich Arcuri. And are you a junior?
I am a sophomore in college.
No.
Oh.
You know what I mean.
I'm not. No,
you're not.
Middle name is different.
Middle name is different. Okay. All right. Cool. That was a funny line.
Yeah,
you didn't do that on purpose. That was a mistake.
Start.
Great start. Yeah,
actually, we'll save you with this.
Love it. And he did it on purpose, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what he said. He read it.
So let me see if I can bring up our controllers here, and then I can get him going. And I'd hit this button, and then there he is. That's Rich Arcuri, not junior, and he
sophomore.
You're a sophomore in high school?
Yes.
In college,
Yeah.
Where do you go to school?
Utica University.
At Utica.
Yeah.
Do they have a nice media program there of some sort, don't they?
They do.
Journalism, especially.
Yes. Yeah. And a good student-run radio station.
Yeah. And are you on the radio station?
Yes. Yeah, with Douglas Croft.
Do you have like a unique name, a fake name that you use?
No, not yet. I'm still searching for that alias.
Just to screw with people, you ought to use the name Junior.
Yeah. Hey, Junior here.
Hey, I'm Junior. Yeah. So you use your real name?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Years ago, they'd be like, I don't know, that's a little too Italian for the radio, right? I mean, people
we
just
don't like those Italians.
I think you more so today you use your real name. A lot of people use their real name, unless of course you're working on the Frog, and then those names are not real names.
They don't do the Frog themed names anymore. I mean, kind of Ted and Polly are grandfathered in.
When you were on the Frog, your name was Johnny Cash or something.
Andy Cash.
Andy Cash.
Yeah. And the origin of that was I only was under the assumption I was doing a voice track shift overnight.
Okay.
So that's why I said, let me come up with some name.
Because you were still on this show.
I was on this show. And then they said, well, in order for us, we want to bring you on. You're still going to do Bill's show in the morning. We'll have you do middays on Big Frog. And then I couldn't change my name.
Now you're Andy Cash. Hello, I'm Andy Cash.
Andy Cash.
Davey, you do some stuff over at the Frog. What's your name over there?
It was Davy Crockett.
Davy Crockett.
Because when I did it, I was under the emblem of the frog. The frog.
You're under the old frog names, so yeah. If I had a frog name, what it would be? If you had a frog name, what would it be?
According to Captain Kermit, the Weather Hermit.
Was that a real thing?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's your frogcast.
Okay. All right. Cool.
We'll think of your.
Think of what my name would be. I've always kind of wondered. Richard this morning says you make fun of the commercial Jardiance.
Little pill with a big story to tell.
Fountains, water blowing all over the place. That's all innuendo. You know it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is.
You make fun of the commercial, but it's a great medication for a type 2 diabetic. I am type 2. My doctor had me starting to take it in November. It rids sugars in your body, but you do urinate a lot. Well, thank you for this, Richard. I have lost over I've lost over 30 pounds since I started taking it. It curbs your appetite and also makes you drink a lot of fluids. I'm telling you, the medicine is awesome.
Well, congratulations on the weight loss, Richard. Now we should see you at the fountain, maybe at Utica Zoo underneath the
running around
watering can dancing now.
I have other news this morning. Can I just go through some stories that you failed to report on, for God's sake?
Did you know also that today is happy birthday to the city of Utica Incorporated? My man Dan put this on his Facebook page today, and I got to find it again, so that's why I'm
So the city of Utica became officially an incorporated city?
February 13th, 1832.
Well, that's wonderful. You know, when they incorporated the city, they had no idea how disgusting it was going to be over the years.
And all the tax increases they're going to experience.
The corruption. But we're on our way back, it seems. Davey, former WWE pro wrestler, is now in police custody. Did you see this story?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Who is it?
In Portland, former pro wrestler William Albert Billy Jack Haynes Jr.
Never even heard of him.
Yeah, he's a former pro wrestler, WWE. He's been taken into police custody in connection with the death of his wife in Portland.
Oh, my God.
Police there in a statement said over the weekend that Haynes, 70, was in custody at a local hospital undergoing treatment for a medical condition unrelated to the homicide or his contact with law enforcement. They're saying it's a homicide. They're saying he killed his wife.
Wow. What's his name again?
Billy Jack Haynes. Billy Jack.
I'll look it up.
All right, look it up. He went by Wild Bill.
Wild Bill?
Yeah. Wayne knows all about it.
Wild Bill.
Thanks, Wayne. Foreigners going into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Who's the singer from Foreigner there? Lou Graham. You know Lou Graham is from Rochester, so he's an upstate New Yorker. And I can't believe Foreigner's not in the Hall of Fame. I would think that Foreigner's pretty big, but they're not. They will now be in the Hall of Fame. Very sad story that happened in the Vernon area yesterday. 2 men injured. One was airlifted to a Syracuse hospital last night after 2 vehicles hit head-on at about 9:27 yesterday morning, right around Prospect Street in Vernon. A 2-car accident. Douglas Arnold of Oneida was driving west in a Honda Civic on Prospect Street when his vehicle crossed into the other lane and hit a Ford F-250 pickup truck. You know, these are right-in city accidents that occur. It shows you how you don't have to be going at a high rate of speed, and things can be very, very bad. The pickup overturned on its passenger side, both vehicles badly damaged. Deputies say the pickup driver, David Ayers of Poland, taken to Oneida Health Hospital for chest pain and other minor injuries. And then Arnold was airlifted by Mercy Flight helicopter to Upstate University Hospital for head injuries. No tickets have been issued. That accident occurred yesterday, right around in the 9 o'clock hour yesterday morning.
Wow.
What else do I have? Robert Kennedy is apologizing for the Super Bowl ad. Apparently, that was not a Robert Kennedy Super Bowl ad. It was a John F. Kennedy Super Bowl ad. So, I'm sorry, a John F. Kennedy political ad from the early 1960s.
So he basically took his uncle's political ad and put himself
and
into
apparently
it.
Kennedy family members are fuming over it. So he, by last night or Sunday night, was apologizing for it. Yet, as he apologized and said it was a PAC that did it, I had nothing to do with it. However, it's still tagged on his X page. So he must not hate it too much.
So he shared it out, yeah.
So it's
he wasn't responsible for its creation, but
I completely apologize, he says. If you go to a restaurant or you go to certain places, you're going to start noticing a cash price and a credit card price. Are you seeing this?
I have seen it already, and I thought there was New York State was passing some law against
this. This is a new law that they passed for it.
Oh, so that there's a differential. Yeah.
So you have to, if you put a surcharge,
you have to disclose it.
You have to disclose
Okay.
it. For instance, let's say it's a 4% increase. You have to show the cash price. You have to show, here's what the law says. You must show the highest price. So if there's a credit card price, let's say a burger is, what's a burger today? If you're in a restaurant, it could be
like
$10, $12.
Yeah.
Maybe
15.
more. Let's say 15. So you'd say there's the burger is $15 and there's a cash discount of 4%. You could do it that way, or you'd have to put both prices down. The actual $15 price and then minus the 4%.
Okay.
But you could do with just one price as long as the higher price is up there. Yeah, interesting. National Geographic is saying melanoma is overdiagnosed. Skin cancer, overdiagnosed to a dangerous state.
In the sense that you're getting a diagnosis that's misdiagnosed, or there's a lot of people that have it.
There are a lot of people that are being treated for it when they really don't have it.
Wow. Okay. I mean, it is one of the
It's one of the most
vicious and awful cancers.
Here's the problem we have: is there's money in all of this. There's money in every bit of this.
Yeah.
So you believe in something, you're told something, and then all of a sudden you find out that about 50% of those cases aren't even real. Well, that's terrible, right? The other story I thought interesting is an ex-Eagles player has Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, Deshaun Jackson, former wide receiver.
Says his ex-wife has become estranged and won't see his kids. She has fallen down the rabbit hole, a religious rabbit hole.
Oh, so she will not see their children that they had together.
Correct.
Okay.
He's saying that it started out that he had the kids for the summer, and then it was her time to pick up the kids, and then she kept delaying it. Now she hasn't seen the kids in a long time. What religion would be like, hey, don't...
well, I mean, it could be a number of things.
Don't see the kids.
It could be a
cult.
cult.
It is, because God comes before children.
Yeah.
God comes before spouse.
In some, yeah.
Well, maybe in all, but, most don't really run with that, right? You put God first, and there's some people that take it so literally. It's like, all right, I can't afford to put clothes on my kids' backs. So, what are you going to do? I still have to give my 10% to the church.
Yeah.
So God first, then family.
Mm-hmm. Well, it could be...
Then the casino, and...
my alcohol problem.
Then the alcohol problem. Yeah. Karen, you guys have to try that Teddy's Bar on River Road in Marcy.
Oh, is that the new place they were passing the menu around from?
I've never seen this place. Where is it?
Yeah.
Food is delicious. Burgers are only $4. A bacon burger is $4.50, and they only take cash, no credit.
Is this the old?
Oh, you have a menu right there. Where is it located, Davey?
The old Vecchio's building?
It just says it's down the road from the station. It's near where that former place Chickenlicious used to be.
Okay, I don't even know where. All the way
behind
down.
the bars.
Yeah, but that's not there.
By the nice and there used to be like a Nice and Easy over there.
Yeah, but now it was an Extra Mart and Dunkin' Donuts. Now it turned into a Chickenlicious, but now it's since closed.
Okay.
And now they got that little plaza where that behind the bars is.
I think
that's where Karen's talking about. Teddy's bar.
Right. Okay. Is it a bar? Do they have alcohol?
It's a bar. I
don't
assume
know.
so.
Yeah. What the hell is Chickenlicious?
It's like it was a chicken.
It's like a quick service chicken place.
Okay, and that's gone now?
Yeah, it didn't make it. Which, it had good food. I mean, tried it once or twice.
Anyway, let's see what else. A couple of other stories. Then I have to break. Andrew's telling me, please break. It's commercials
please.
that must be played. Dolly Parton wants people to forgive and forget Elle King's drunken Opry performance. Do you remember we played the audio?
Yeah.
She was bombed out of her mind, and she was singing. Tiger
I
Woods.
thought people had already forgotten about that. It was like 2 news cycles ago, 2 or 3 news.
Will Tiger Woods perform in the Masters, you think? Or is he done?
I don't know.
All right, let's ask the Art of Johnny kid.
He's actually playing this week in his own tournament, the Genesis tournament.
Oh, he is. So he may very well play in the Masters.
He got new. He made an announcement yesterday. TaylorMade is coming out with a new outfit, apparel for him.
Yeah, I see that. He just unveiled his new apparel company.
Taylor Swift is making him a.
He released it. Okay, what do you know? The Art of Johnny kid wanted to say it. Davey. I mean, you stole his thunder.
Stole it.
All right.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I was going to say. The Sunday Red apparel line from TaylorMade dropped. I think he's got to play in the Masters.
Is this his way of, because he just left Nike, is this his answer to that?
27 years with Nike or something like that, which
that's the
crazy.
Interesting thing is that
there's a new logo and everything. It's his own line. It
looks good.
It's like Tiger in motion.
He was able to survive one of the worst car crashes somebody could go through, and then they said he would never be able to barely walk again, let alone play golf, and here he is.
Yeah. Hey, alerts were going out all over the place yesterday. Somebody found a cat or a lost cat or something. I told you the story of the cat that was lost in July and just recently was found. These stories of animals going away. Here's one. A dog reunited with its family after nearly 4 years of being lost. 4 years. I like to say, how do you really know that's your dog? Do you really know?
I would know.
Found 600 miles from his Colorado home near the Mexican border.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So weird hearing someone from America going to the Mexican border and trying to cross into Mexico versus the other.
They probably would have a hard time, honestly.
Yeah.
They probably would.
Anyway, that's about what I have. And by the way, if you're keeping track, today is the 13th of February. Tomorrow is today's Fat Tuesday. Eat up. Tomorrow, Mardi Gras today in New Orleans. And today is all of that, but tomorrow is Ash Wednesday and Valentine's Day. So be ready for all of that. News is next on WIBX.
Adirondack Home Furniture's Flex Steel Big Game Sale is going on now, but only for a limited time. Hurry in for discounts up to 15% off select sofas, recliners, occasional pieces, and leather furniture. With hundreds of designer fabrics to choose from, your new piece is guaranteed to have the look you want. Stop dreaming and start creating the home of your dreams with quality, long-lasting Flex Steel furniture from Adirondack Home Furniture. Beauty and comfort is made to last with Flex Steel's exclusive lifetime warranty blue steel spring seating. Stop into Adirondack Home Furniture today and save up to 15% during their big game sale. Visit their Flex Steel gallery for the best selection of Flex Steel furniture on sale. The best value and top quality furniture for your home is at Adirondack Home Furniture. You don't want to miss out on the Flex Steel big game sale at Adirondack Home Furniture. Hurry in, sale ends soon. Located at the former Riverside Mall, Horatio Street, Utica.
Soak your stress away any time of the year with a spa from Liverpool Pool and Spa. The #1 dealer in Central New York, trusted with name brands like Hot Spring Spas, the #1 selling spa nationwide. There's in-store 0% financing available. Find that perfect spa and start relaxing today. Shop online at liverpoolpoolandspa.com or visit the brand new location on East Dominic Street in Rome. And remember, don't just dream it, live it.
Everybody thinks when you buy new windows, you just rip the old one out, stick the new one in, and voila, you're done. Nope, not the case at all. Scott and Jill here from New York Sash.
The truth is, over 50% of the time, the window frame that you pulled that old window out of has all kinds of problems, and it needs to be repaired at a minimum, and a lot of times, completely replaced.
If you just stick a beautiful new window in an old, messed up frame, you're asking for problems.
And guess what? Most of the companies just use the old rip and stick method. It's easier, faster, and cheaper.
At New York Sash, we carefully inspect the frame for rot, bug damage, messed up trim, and fix it or replace it.
Hey, do it right or don't do it at all.
Call New York Sash now and get 15% off windows, doors, or bathrooms. 315-624-7344 or online at newyorksash.com. That's newyorksash.com.
I love being part of AmeriQ Credit Union, where I share my dreams, my goals, and my challenges with those who know me best, where I stay connected no matter where my life takes me. And financial solutions are designed with my best interest in mind. Create a meaningful connection. Visit AmeriQ.org to learn more and open an account today. AmeriQ and you. Let's connect. Membership eligibility required. Insured by NCUA.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX 950 Utica, Rome, W295DI Utica, Rome, your news, talk, and sports leader, a Town Square media station.
The ayes have it. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Just a few minutes ago, the Senate approved a security bill, $95 billion worth of military aid to some of our allies like Israel and Taiwan. About two-thirds of it would go to Ukraine. Some Republicans joined Democrats supporting that, but others did not, speaking out all night against it on the Senate floor. And GOP Senator Rick Scott tells Fox,
without a secure border, give me a break. I'm not doing that. There's drugs, terrorists, criminals, narco-traffickers coming into our country in droves. And this has got to stop.
Now, it's not clear if that bill will pass the House because Speaker Mike Johnson is also critical it does not include border security like the bill the Senate first considered.
And that blew up last week. And so some Democrats are saying, we don't know what you're for because you asked for border security. Again, we can argue the merits or demerits of that bill, but they provided that. And now Republicans are saying, there's no border security on this. So we don't think it's going to come up in the House right away.
That's Fox's Chad Pergram on Fox and Friends just a few minutes ago. Now, tonight, the House plans to try again to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, blaming him for record illegal immigration, saying he's not following the law. Republicans fell one vote short of impeachment last week. Democrats call it a sham. Now, the polls are open in a special election in New York to fill a vacant House seat.
We may know later tonight if Republican Mazi Pilip or Democrat Tom Suozzi will be the one to fill the 3rd Congressional District seat Republican George Santos was expelled from last year. Suozzi gave up the 3rd District seat in 2022 to run for New York governor. Pilip is a legislator in Nassau County who is in her second 2-year term.
That's Fox's Gernal Scott. But going to vote today there isn't easy. There's a winter storm hitting the New York area up to New England. Some areas could get a foot, and it's also canceled more than 1,000 flights, a lot of them to and from Boston and New York City. America's listening to Fox News.
Don't let everyday aches and pains keep you from living your best life.
I don't think I really understood what people meant when they talked about pain until I started feeling it myself.
Start feeling better every day with Relief Factor, a daily supplement designed to support your body's fight against aches and pains.
Not only do I move better without pain, I just feel better.
Created by doctors, Relief Factor uses a unique formula of natural ingredients that target 4 metabolic pathways to address pain. Relief Factor doesn't just mask aches and pains, it helps reduce or even eliminate them.
Today, I do the things I love, and it doesn't occur to me to think about pain.
You can feel the difference all day, every day.
Join the over 1 million people who have tried Relief Factor's 3-week Quick Start Kit. It's only $19.95. Visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. And feel the difference of Relief Factor.
Good morning. WIBX 950 News Time, 7:03. I'm Andrew Derminio. Right now, it is 28 degrees under cloudy skies. Your full forecast is coming up. This update brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville and by Adirondack Home Furniture. State fire investigators are looking into what caused the Sunday afternoon house blaze in St. Johnsville. It happened on Ford Bush Road just before 2 p.m. Firefighters found the house to be fully involved. St. Johnsville Fire Chief Chris Weaver said no one was home at the time of the fire. However, 2 dogs unfortunately died in the blaze. The 2 adults who live there are being helped by the local branch of the American Red Cross. Governor Kathy Hochul was in town yesterday in the village of Herkimer, and she announced that they'll receive a $10 million downtown revitalization initiative grant. The governor also announced that the village of Boonville and town of Richfield will receive $4.5 million each in New York forward funding. A New Hartford man was sentenced to 56 years to life following a jury trial on December 7th. 50-year-old Joseph Steele was sentenced on February 8th after nearly 10 years of sexual abuse to a minor. According to Oneida County District Attorney Todd Carville, an Oneida County jury found Steele guilty of 10 counts, including predatory sexual assault against a child, sexual abuse in the first degree, criminal sexual act in the second degree, rape in the second degree, criminal sexual act in the third degree, rape in the third degree, and possessing a sexual performance by a child. The victim disclosed the abuse in May of 2023. The victim's report led to an investigation by the Oneida County Child Advocacy Center and the Oneida County District Attorney's Office. The case was prosecuted by Assistant District Attorney Sarah Dewey and Executive Administrative Assistant Lori Lisi. WIBX 950 news time is 7:05. Your weather forecast is according to Eyewitness News Chief Meteorologist Craig Flint, brought to you by the Stanley Center of the Arts, presenting Standards and Stories with Tony Danza April 6th, 2024 at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster.
I'm Eyewitness News Chief Meteorologist Craig Flint of the WIBX Weather Center. Today, partly to mostly cloudy, breezy, chilly. Late afternoon and evening snow showers and brief squalls develop as a cold front arrives in the evening, a high of 38. Tonight, blustery, colder, snow showers likely near 20. And Valentine's Day, leftover snow showers and flurries taper early, then partly sunny, blustery, colder afternoon, a high of 28. For more on your local forecast, tune to Eyewitness News at 6 on WTR. I'm meteorologist Craig Flint on WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM.
Right now, we're at 28 degrees under cloudy skies at 7:06. Well, let's see if we can get through this one here. Sports brought to you by IBEW NECA Local 43 Contractors. Before the Daytona 500 goes green on Sunday, Daytona International Speedway will be hosting another race. The Great American Race is set for Sunday at 2:30. There will also be the NASCAR Xfinity Series, NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, and ARCA Menard Series, which will hold their season opening races on Daytona's 2.5-mile speedway before the race. It's all coming up, as Smitty says, it's the Super Bowl of racing.
You're all about this weekend, right?
Yeah, it actually starts Thursday night when they have the duels that determine the first 2 positions outside for the Great American Race. And then 2 o'clock, I'm going to be sitting on my couch on Sunday watching the Daytona 500.
All right. Okay, there you go.
And Syracuse plays tonight, too, against North Carolina.
That's going to be a rough one. Yeah,
it'll be tough.
Although it would be the game that out of nowhere, Syracuse would play really well. But after their loss over the weekend, it's pretty sad.
How bad do you think they're going to be down 10 minutes into the game?
I say that at 10 minutes into the game, they'll be down by 20 points.
They were down 18 when they played them in Chapel Hill the first time.
Yeah. Then again, you never know with this team.
Well, they were down 14 to Clemson on Saturday, and they crawled their way back.
They tied the game up only to lose by 10. It's like with 2 minutes left. I mean, come on. Okay, Andrew, Comets are home tomorrow night for a romantic, if you're looking for something special to do, a romantic Comets game at the Adirondack Bank Center.
Well, thanks for helping me out there.
7 p.m. tomorrow night against the Rochester Amerks. And the Comets will also be home on Friday night to take on the Belleville Senators, and they'll be at Rochester on Saturday night, hosting Belleville. They'll be home on the next time on next Wednesday. Sorry. I'm doing this to help you out because I know you have no sports report.
We do have some more information on what we just discussed. Tiger Woods.
And the Pioneers play their final 2 games of the season this weekend of the regular season.
That's awesome. Well, it's not awesome. It's bittersweet. Tiger Woods also has a new apparel deal, as we were talking about it, after ending his decades-long, highly profitable relationship with Nike last month. The pro golf veteran announced Monday he's working with TaylorMade to launch a brand-new Sunday Red line. The company's website says the line is coming May 1st and will also include women and children's styles.
Here's a promo that Tiger posted on YouTube and all over the place. Here we go.
Every chance, every challenge, every setback, every comeback, every time they said I couldn't, every time I showed I could. Everything that's led me here is woven into everything that's next.
The other day, I was watching some footage, recent footage of Tiger, and I said to my wife, "Wow, Tiger's putting on a little weight." And she said, "Really?" In other words, have you looked in the mirror?
You know that promo, what if that promo was talking about all the adversity he's come through and there was a shot of him like in a Suburban and a golf club goes through the back windshield?
Yeah. I was kind of thinking that too. Every bit of adversity, every golf club that went through a windshield.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a big deal, right? He has his own line because Tiger needs more money.
Yeah, he does.
He really does.
Well, his son's going to be making it soon. So.
All right, we're going to talk about some baseball. Once again this year, local baseball, and that could be everything from high school to, I believe, even college, Little League, everything. They're in need of umpires in the area. We'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes. City of Utica, is this a double-digit increase? The fact that there really isn't a giant surplus. Is there some potential wrongdoing going on here? We'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes as well. And Hobica's free money question of the day. Joseph and Andrew Hobica, chance for you to win. I don't know. What'll it be this morning, Davey? Where are you going?
I'm staying low because I'm still on Joe's poop list.
Okay.
I'll go $100.
$100 on the line today. Chance for you to win from Hobica and WIBX.
Uncertainty, the unknown. These can be some of the greatest fears people face. There is a chance for a life of greater certainty that the Rome Rescue Mission provides. We call it a hand up, not a handout. The Rome Rescue Mission provides the basic necessities and the skills needed to start a new life. It starts simply with someone to talk to. Knowing that someone cares. The Rome Rescue Mission strives to meet basic needs, food, shelter, and clothing, but more importantly, provides emotional and spiritual support. The Rome Rescue Mission helps people start a new and promising life. Being in need is not a choice. Helping is. An unlimited future starts at the Rome Rescue Mission through your generous support. Make a difference and donate now. RomeMission.org. That's RomeMission.org. Rome Rescue Mission. A hand up, not a handout.
Why get an updated COVID vaccine? If you're 65 or older, a COVID vaccine can keep you out of the hospital. And if you have heart disease, a COVID vaccine can help you stay healthy. With COPD or other lung diseases, getting a COVID vaccine can keep you off a ventilator. Anyone can get severely ill from COVID. But some people are more at risk. Know your risk and make sure you're up to date on your COVID vaccine. A message from the New York State Health Department.
Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. Well, you wonder why I always...
Celebrate the Man in Black and his greatest song.
I fell into a burning...
Johnny Cash, live on screen.
Of a sleeping city sidewalk.
Experience his legendary voice with a live band and singers.
Coming down.
Sunday, March 10th, 7 p.m., presented by Broadway Utica at the Stanley Theater. For tickets, visit BroadwayUtica.org.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
It's incredible. After using Babbel, I'm ready to start having real conversations in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
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 Babbel. Évidemment.
Babbel. Language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Start learning a language today at Babbel.com.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way, for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage.
Dog parents are loving Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend Premium Dog Food.
The way she acts and the way she moves, it's just so much better. And she's like a puppy again. It's unbelievable.
Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend is a freeze-dried raw food made with 0 artificial preservatives, so it's naturally shelf-stable with no mess, freezer, or fridge required. Plus, it's full of premium turkey, beef, salmon, and meat your dog will love.
We started with Nature's Blend. She's happy, she sleeps well, she's energetic. I am just delighted with this product.
When given the choice, Nature's Blend and Amazon's #1 bestseller in dry dog food, 29 out of 30 dogs chose Nature's Blend first.
I'm so confident your dog will love it. Your order is backed with a 90-day guarantee.
Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free bag of delicious beef liver treats. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Text DEAL to 511-511. All pets are unique. Your pet's results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply. Studies available upon request.
Retirement Outlook.
If your retirement account is mostly stocks or bonds, listen closely. The future of your savings may be more uncertain than ever before. Hi, I'm Paul Stone, CEO of Colonial Metals. The sad truth is, our government continues to eat away at our freedoms and security. In economic times like these, run around the flagpole by lunatics in Washington, I look to the most trusted store of wealth in human history, physical gold and silver that you own. At Colonial Metals, we specialize in helping folks with IRAs and 401ks and other retirement accounts move their savings into physical gold and silver. If you'd like a free gold investment kit, give us a call today at 820-800-8000. My team is standing by ready to rush a free gold investment kit to you. You may also qualify for $7,500 in free silver and a free safe. Call 820-800-8000 now. That's 820-800-8000.
Colonial Metals is not a financial advisor. Consult with your advisor before investing.
That's 820-800-8000.
At Mattress Express, get a queen flex head bed with adjustable base and a set of sheets for $14.99. Qualified buyers get no money down and up to 60 months to pay. A flex head bed is where each head goes up and down independently, but it's still one solid mattress. See store for details.
It's All Seasons Outfitters store-wide clearance sale. Find huge savings on your favorite brands. North Face, Champion, and select work boots 50% off. Outdoor games and baseball 50% off. Save 30% on winter boots and hunting apparel. 25% on workwear and hikers. You won't want to miss it. The savings are on at All Seasons Outfitters. See more on their Facebook page and allseasonsoutfitter.com. Your store for every season is All Seasons Outfitters.
Hello, everyone in Central New York. This is Dave Letterman, your old TV pal. Remember me? I'm supposed to say something witty and funny here about Bill Keeler, but I've got nothing. Ever see a picture of this guy? That's a joke in itself. Anyhow, here's Keeler on WIBX.
Well, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's 7:19, and in studio here this morning is Jeff Mananski.
Good morning, live from the streets of New York Mills.
Yes.
I've always wanted to say that.
Yeah.
And
Gabby Cabby there.
I know, where is he?
And yet we're not in New York Mills.
No, I know. He always used to say live from the streets of New York, so I just wanted to throw the Mills in there with my fake New York City accent.
Fair enough. And Sal Barbero, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
We
How
have
are you?
two officials in the studio.
Two guys who call the balls and strikes.
Mm-hmm. Before we start, I'm going to take a wild guess and say that shiny BMW outside is Andrew's.
No, it's Ryan's.
Was I right? Was I right?
The paid internship program here at Town Square.
That was after you had what? You had.
I had the Audi.
Before.
Yeah, I had
an Audi.
before.
Andrew likes to drive nice cars.
I blame Matt Naimi. Every time I go in for an oil change, he's got me something, trying to hook me into something new. So,
but have you seen that beautiful CX-90?
No.
That's I love that Mazda.
That thing.
I like
takes
you got
flight.
the plug-in and everything like that too. You can plug it in.
Yeah.
That thing will take flight. We did a little demonstration about a year ago, and actually it was Bill, myself, and Paul Buckley out in the front of the building there, and Bill pulled us out there, stepped on the gas, floored it, and I swear we went forward very quickly, but before we went forward, we went up.
We went up.
Then we took off.
It lifts the engine right off the ground. It's unbelievable.
That's what you can do with that electric. I remember another demonstration we all experienced was the first time we got in a Tesla.
Yeah.
And the guy, it was all three of us were in the car, and that thing took off. He had just got off a California to New York trip. He did it in record time or something like that.
So I want to throw a couple things at both of you guys, being umpires. And first of all, do you know that Patrick Mahomes is now the third-ranked, according to Sporting News, third-ranked all-time quarterback?
He's only been in the league 7 years.
It's ridiculous. Don't even get me started.
Tom Brady with 60 points, Joe Montana with 45, Patrick Mahomes with 28, putting him ahead of Peyton Manning and John Elway.
Yeah, I think that's kind of foolish. Because
I'm going to be a little biased here. Now, you know, Jeff, you know who I like as a team.
The Cowboys.
So, no, really, think about it. Nobody ever brings up
Roger Staubach's not even on the list.
Nobody ever brings up Troy Aikman.
Troy Aikman.
That's true.
Yeah.
He won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years, and at the time they said he was the most accurate quarterback ever in the NFL.
Other votes.
His name is never mentioned.
Aaron Rodgers, Dan Marino, Johnny Unitas, and Steve Young. His name not mentioned.
Here we go.
Dan Marino, no Super Bowls. Who else did you?
Steve Young.
Steve Young's got a few.
Aaron Rodgers and Johnny Unitas.
Rodgers got 1 Super Bowl.
Rodgers.
Yeah.
Well, Troy Aikman battles what the whole Brock Purdy situation as well. You had really good wide receivers and running backs, and so your quarterback abilities didn't count.
I think Mahomes is on a trajectory certainly to be a top 3 of all time.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree with that.
If he never makes the playoffs again or another
his
Super Bowl, do you think
third MVP?
Yeah,
who else were they going to pick though?
He's a beast. He's a beast.
I know. If San Fran won,
He
I
sucked
thought
the whole game.
Patrick
Mahomes was terrible the whole game, and San Francisco they just lost. They blew it.
But
And their defense was.
I sent a text on the thread. I'm not a big KC fan, but they're good. Don't get me wrong. But do you ever see him and Andy Reid panic? Even when they're down, they never panic.
Yeah.
And the other,
they know they're going to come back and win.
Yeah. The other thing is, Andy Reid explained the whole Kelsey
pushing
thing.
Yeah,
and
I think he's protecting his player.
Totally
I still think
is.
it's
It was like
disgusting.
he was upset that he wasn't in the game. Okay, we all knew that, right?
Yeah, right.
Everybody knew that. And then the other thing is, you cannot take away from them. As much as I hate them, you cannot take away their ability to find a way to win.
Always.
And that's what matters at the end of the day, sadly. But here, listen to this story. Here's one more for you. After play had concluded in the Super Bowl, several members of the 49ers revealed they didn't know the rules of overtime.
I saw this.
This does not surprise me at all. As a matter of fact, I want to say that a couple of people I was watching the game with might not have known that either.
Well, I mean, you knew. I felt like the minute they kicked the field goal, that was money in the bank for Kansas City.
You know, I would have hit a square for $300 if it had ended at the field goal in overtime.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, but then you never know. I mean, Mahomes could have thrown an interception or something going down the field, but he didn't.
It had the potential there. This would have been the first overtime NFL playoff game, I believe, where the game would have ended like every other playoff overtime ends with the touchdown or the field goal. This would have been the first time it ever ended with the defense stopping the offense. You know what I mean? If he had thrown a pick or it had been 4 downs.
I don't understand their defense. San Francisco's defense and Kansas City's too, but San Francisco's defense was unbelievable the whole first half, the whole first three quarters.
Say something that was interesting. I was watching the live bet. So as they're coming down, as the 49ers are coming down the field, and it was like plus for Kansas City to win. As the 49ers are coming down the field, it was like plus 220, and then they get a little closer, and it would be plus 250. It got as high as plus 250. And then they kicked the field goal. It went down to like 185, plus 185. So, I mean, everybody knew at that point they're going to go right down the field.
Well, it's rigged anyway, so, of course, the Swifties and everything else.
Anyway.
Green Bay is the only team that scored 27 points on Kansas City this year.
How do you not know the rules after everything that happened between Mahomes and Josh Allen a few years back?
I know.
Well, that was so much in the news.
Players I can get. If they don't know the rules, that's fine.
The coaches
but
should.
Shanahan should have
rules.
known.
Yeah, the coaches have to know.
Well, okay, so two thoughts there.
I would always defer. I don't care if it's kicking off the game.
Yeah.
I'm deferring because I want the ball in the second half.
Yes.
The game's going in overtime. I'm kicking it. I'm kicking it.
Yep.
I'm kicking off.
Yep.
I'm kicking off.
Well,
yeah, because if
they
stop
scored
Mahomes,
a touchdown, if they scored a touchdown, it would have ended the game.
No.
Kansas City,
the new
the new playoff rules.
They
If Kansas
changed the
City
rule 'cause
scored a
of Buffalo.
touchdown, if San Fran scores a touchdown,
Hold
Mahomes
on,
gets the ball again.
This is the best part because Jeff just said, I think there were some people at my party that didn't know the rules.
So wait a minute.
If San Fran went down and scored a touchdown, KC's getting the ball again.
That was the difference after the Josh Allen thing.
No. When Josh Allen,
because that was the rule, and because that one playoff game,
time they scored a touchdown. Allen, was it a touchdown they scored?
Yeah.
Allen
Kansas City scored
did
a
not
touchdown.
even get to touch the ball.
Yeah.
Since then, it's changed. They could have scored a touchdown, and it could have then tied, and we keep going. We would have kept going.
So if
then it would have gone to sudden death. Next score wins. The advantage would have been with the 49ers.
That's funny, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess I didn't know the rule either. Because it was always sudden death, first score wins. I was thinking in my head that Kansas City Buffalo game that went to overtime, they got a field goal and walked it off, and Josh Allen never got a chance to touch the ball, but they scored a touchdown.
I think they scored a touchdown. Yeah.
Jeff, it's so different than the rule you blew in the game we did.
All right, let's talk about umpires are needed locally here in the area.
Again,
yeah, look, I have to tell you this. I'm surprised that there is such a shortage. I don't know the number off the top of my head. I can ballpark it.
How bad is the shortage?
It's worse than it was last year, right? Between guys who are retiring And then there was a couple of guys. We had a decent-sized class. I think we had a class of 18 to 20.
Yes.
Right, that went through the program when I went through it last year. And of that, I think 2 or 3 ended up dropping out. But then you had other guys who retired as well, guys that have been doing it for a long time and just can't or don't want to do it anymore. Look, I have a great time. I think you should do it. I'm not kidding. I know you with the real estate. It's difficult.
Do you really think he needs one more thing to do?
No, he doesn't, but he would be good at it. I think you'd have a good time at it.
Davey wants to do it in there.
You want to be an umpire, Davey?
I'm seriously thinking about it.
Well, yeah.
Because I got to tell you, he knows the sport.
Yeah.
You'd have to commit, Davey. You can't be, you got to call a ball or strike. You
no,
can't.
I can do it. I got time.
Yeah.
Former athletes, if you played baseball growing up, actually, to be honest with you, some of the guys I know who I think are really good, former law enforcement guys. I don't know.
Yeah, because
Jeff
they're
Simons
not afraid
is
of
someone
parents,
who comes
right?
to mind, who's just been around doing it for a while.
I'll be starting my 23rd year this April. It's crazy. I remember my first class, to be honest with you. When I walked in my first class 23 years ago, I was floored. There was not a seat available.
Why is that? What is? I had heard something in I wrestled in high school and I did some coaching as the years went on, and that I was reading in a forum. They're all complaining about today that with wrestling referees. Number one, there's a shortage. Number two,
I know where you're going with
our
this.
body's different today, and some guys can't get down onto the mat to. So they're calling it from, you're like 6 feet away technically, trying to defend it, see if back point should be counted. The other thing is that the coaches and parents are so rough on these referees that they're being intimidated. I mean, do you see that?
Yeah, that's every sport.
Yeah.
That's one of the major ones probably we're having trouble with is age.
Yeah,
like Jeff said. And but listen, guys.
Were you going to say physique?
I'm not gonna sit here and say how many games I did last year. You guys know I do a lot. Jeff did a lot his rookie year.
Yeah.
I can count on one hand how many instances I had with
Okay. Coaches or parents?
Coaches and parents.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad.
Is that what people are nervous about, or is it a whole? I mean, we're seeing it with the workforce as a whole, with like jobs and people's careers. People don't want to.
Well,
work.
that might be a lot.
Is
of
it a
what's
lot
going
of it?
on.
They don't want to. Well, I'd rather just stay home and play video games.
But listen, we got
whatever.
guys in our organization that do basketball, football, soccer, and it's the same thing in all those sports.
Yeah.
They're having the same trouble.
Yeah.
Every single sport.
Yeah.
Okay, so if somebody wants to be, maybe they're listening right now and they're like, this might be for me. Like Davey.
Davey, listen, I'm going to give Davey a card.
Okay, here we go.
February 26th is our first class at Notre Dame High School.
Oh, my goodness. It's like 10 days away.
Yeah, 10 days away.
Oh, my goodness. 2 weeks maybe. Wow.
You're going to instruct? Are you going to help instruct?
No, but I gotta go through part of the class again, right, this year?
Yeah.
Yeah. For the second-year guy,
Sure.
Yeah.
So do you find that you watch a Major League game differently now?
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I'll tell you the greatest thing. Well, maybe not the greatest.
We
thing.
don't watch it as a fan. I watch it as an umpire.
Right. That's my point.
Everybody says that, and it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
I am amazed at the major league level. If you watch these guys call balls and strikes on, baseballs that are being thrown 95 to 100 miles an hour, how accurate they are. And I know people always say, "Oh, he missed one there," but out of what 240 pitches he saw, he missed one.
I know.
It was on the corner.
There are some who miss more than others, but for the most part, they're amazing. They really are.
And I'll tell you,
and even calling outs on the bases, that there's an art to that. I mean, which you guys experience as well.
Sure, there is. That's the mechanic.
You can't look at both at the same time, right?
Yeah, it's tough. And that's why they have replays. Some of these plays are so close. Look how long it takes for a replay to decide on the call. Imagine making that in a split-second decision.
And no matter how good or bad an official is in any sport, right? So you think of all the stories of the regular season. I thought the Super Bowl was very well called from an officiating standpoint.
I said that in the text.
You know what I mean? Like
very good.
From all the stuff that happened this year, especially Kansas City, they always get some favorable calls. But I think it was well called this year.
I agree 100%.
I thought the Super Bowl was just fine.
Yeah. Let me just mention this. This was brought up actually at our last meeting. Statistically, and again, this is over all levels: little league, high school, pro, college. statistically, if you're behind the plate calling a game, you are calling essentially 18% of the pitches you see. They say 82% of the pitches call themselves, right? It's clearly a ball. It's clearly a strike, right? Yeah. So keep that in mind, too. I think that gets a lot of people nervous. I know that's one thing that got me nervous. Really, a lot of these pitches call themselves. You're there to want the ones that are close. So I love it. I'll tell you. Of course, now I'm at FedEx. I have to drive through the base in Rome every morning, and because we've had such a warm, winter.
Duluth is right there waiting for you.
It's I was telling the guy I was training with, we drive by it every day, and I'd go, man, just seeing that field bare like that, grass brown, like it makes me want to get out there. And I know it's right around the corner. I can't wait.
I worked with Jeff a lot of games. We did a lot of games last year, first year, and I told him to his face I told our siders, he has it. If I didn't know Jeff and I went to go watch a baseball game, he looks like an umpire.
Yeah,
he's got the height,
the way, the belly. I got the whole thing.
We're not gonna go there. But like
he looks like an umpire.
His stance behind the plate. Yeah, he never moves his head.
Yeah,
rookies do this a lot. They do this a lot.
To try to get a better view of the pitch.
No, afraid of the ball.
Afraid of the ball. He doesn't move his head. I never seen it before as a rookie. I moved my head. I'll be honest.
He's just a glutton for punishment.
He did. He did a good job. Now he's going to have to learn more because it's the second year.
Yeah.
Well,
he's going to be doing a lot more games.
You're going to do a high school
2-man crew than a 1-man crew. A lot.
You know what is interesting though, Jeff? I mean, you do look like you have that umpire look, and I think you have the knowledge of the game. If you were 10 years younger, you literally could be thinking about, you know what? I think I'm gonna. You have no kids,
they make good money.
I'm going to go to the Penn League. I'm gonna see if I can work my way up.
Those MLB umps make good money.
There's a reality to that, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And we had an MLB ump here, didn't we? No, he was a boxing.
No.
Philip.
No.
Did we have an ump too?
Yeah. Bobby, not Salerno. Yeah.
Yes.
Major League Baseball umpire.
And I think there was a boxing referee. I think Jim Jackson's father-in-law was a boxing ref. I'm pretty sure.
And I believe. I could be wrong, but I thought I read this. That I think I'm saying his name right. The guy was from Utica. He tried to start the union.
Oh, really?
He got tossed.
Wow.
I believe.
Yeah, I seem to remember something like that. So,
but now they do.
All right. So the reality is, here we are. It is kind of like spring out there. I mean,
last week
unreal.
Was nice, but
even you'll be 35, 38 here and there.
Well, the local restaurant that has the billboard that counts down spring is already up, and it's in the 30s.
Up.
So,
all right, really quick. So February 26th in Notre Dame, I believe it's $20. That covers your rule book, and I believe it goes towards their dues. So we go every Monday, Wednesday, for 8 weeks till the end of March. Talk about billboards. We're recruiting, so we got a nice billboard up at Marine Field.
Yeah, I saw that.
All this month.
Cool.
Yep.
So, we're trying to recruit. And the mall. We got the mall again this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We got a booth. And I believe it's the following weekend, too. So we'll have guys up there at the booth, everything, all the stuff you need to know.
Promoting it. And for those who want to know, what does it pay to be an umpire?
What do you mean?
To be an ump, what do you get paid?
So it depends. Well, I'm not going to give everything. So our lowest is 60, which is Little League, which is pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
And then our highest is varsity.
Ballpark 115.
No, it actually went up this year to 116 and change.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
So
inflation.
And then everything in from 60 to 116 differs from the level you do.
All right, cool.
Level you do.
And is there a phone number or website?
You can call my number.
Okay.
735-0145. I don't know the other guy's numbers offhand.
Right. Or you can call us. We'll get you in touch with Mananski.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mike says, working at Town Square made Jeff fearless, so he's not scared of a simple baseball.
Well, can I just tell you that I always felt that the politicians come in here or people are upset about something. A parent would come on the field or a coach. I'm like,
been through it.
Yeah. I was arguing with the county executive yesterday. What are you going to do?
You ever try after a pitch to hit delay?
Yes. I miss calls. Everybody misses calls. Don't be scared.
Delay erases what happened 7 seconds before, and you just do it all over again.
I want to say one thing before we end.
Yeah.
And Jeff could attest to this. People are like, well, how much does it cost for equipment. Well, it could be expensive if you buy everything brand new.
Okay.
But we tell new guys don't, because a lot of guys sell stuff cheap.
Yeah.
And if you're new, they'll have a starter package on the websites that we go to. But, Jeff, how fast did you make your money? Couple weeks?
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah.
If that. Not even 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was a little bit of an investment. Keep in mind there's some dues, but it's just a percentage of what you you made. But yeah, no, you make it back. You make it back pretty quick, and it's fun. I'm telling you, I can't wait. I cannot wait to get back out there. I love it. And I'm mad, and I said this to you 100 times. I can't believe I didn't start this 8 years ago when you were telling me, Jeff, you should do this. Jeff, you should do this.
I know.
To think about, the
Yeah,
money
you
I
were
would have
being
made.
since I've been here. He's been telling you to do it.
Oh, I kick myself because I love it, and I'm telling you, if you used to play baseball growing up, if you want to get out there when the weather's nice, I mean, I was out there almost every night. With the job that I had, I was free. Afternoons, evenings, I
Plus,
was free.
you're the one person on the field. If you don't like the conditions, you're like, okay, we're going home.
Yeah,
that always is nice.
You should get into this, Bill. You're right.
Yeah.
With the wrestling umps, they're 6 feet away. You're only 3 feet away if you stand it up. So
that's right. I would measure completely. Okay, it's a strike. It was at my nose.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Come on, this guy's been calling him low all day.
Bill, we'll give you a little thing to step on
A little
behind the
step
plate.
stool. All right, that's cool.
That's all right.
All right, gentlemen, nice job.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And can't wait for springtime. Can't wait for baseball.
just around the corner.
Just around the corner. All right, I got a break. Davey, let's do Hobika's free money question of the day. And he's serious about it. He is absolutely serious. What number do you want, Davey?
Caller 7.
Caller 7. Seventh caller. Through the lines right now, your chance to win $100 from the Hobika Law Firm, 315-736-0186 at WIBX.
At MVHS, our team members fell in love with care long ago. Their lives were changed, and their world has been expanding ever since. In respect, compassion, knowledge, and ability. And it's only just begun. Because fueling the future of care starts here at the Wynn Hospital. Local care on a whole new level. The Wynn Hospital. Unwavering commitment and compassion. Learn more at mvhealthsystem.org. This is for you. The first steps taken in the Wynn Hospital are the first steps of a care experience that stands apart. One where compassion can always be found, where teams are trained to serve you well, and where cutting-edge technology is always at the ready. Because here, you not only receive state-of-the-art care, you have a distinctive care experience, one that is all about your comfort in a healing environment. Welcome to the Wynn Hospital.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, postnasal drip, interrupted sleeping. I was groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable. Then, a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling.
I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-518-1409. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-518-1409. That's 800-518-1409. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
If you're looking for a new doctor, a new family doctor, the Falcon Clinic has you covered, accepting new patients right now. The Falcon Clinic is the area's premier osteopathic medical clinic, accepting new patients as we speak. If you need a new family doctor, a new general practitioner, or if you're looking for something that's more of a specialty for us, and my dad, we went to the Falcon Clinic because no one could figure out what was wrong. And there's no one any more thorough than Dr. Chmielewski. Just such an incredible job and has been so helpful. And, you know, despite HIPAA rules, I should be careful. But Dr. Chmielewski is now his primary physician. Because of everything that he did. If you're looking for a new doctor or acupuncture, counseling, there are several physicians under one roof. Dr. Zielinski is another physician available if you're looking for a new family doctor. And it is the area's premier osteopathic medical clinic. Call today, 315-507-4751, the Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
All right, every morning at this time, we give you a chance to win from Hobica. Joseph and Andrew Hobica at 315-724-1600, the Hobica Law Firm, for all of your legal needs. Eric is in Deerfield, ready to take a shot here. Eric, good morning.
Good morning, Bill.
How you doing? You ready to go?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. We're ready. $100 on the line here this morning. And here, you know the rules, 7 seconds. Here is your question. Doug Harvey was elected into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 2010. What was his position on the field? Ready? Go.
I think he was an umpire.
You're going to go, that's your final answer, umpire.
Yes.
And it is umpire. Nice.
Woo, baby.
You know how mad Hobica's going to be today?
It pays to listen.
That was such an easy question.
Well, it goes with the flow of the show.
It goes with the flow of the show.
Eric is a seasoned free money question player. He knows what the deal is.
He is a
Hello, Andrew.
He is
How you doing, buddy?
He's a professional, for God's sake.
He's a pro.
Well, there's another C note for you. Congratulations. Eric, stand by. Davey is going to hook you up, all right?
No,
nice
pays
job.
to listen.
It pays to listen.
Quite literally.
All right, man. Thank you. Hold tight.
Thank you.
Also, give him the all-in-one food and fun card from any of the affiliated restaurants and eateries with the Comets. Aquavino, Babes, 72 Tavern and Grill, Taylor and the Cook, the concession stands at Nexus or at the Adirondack Bank Center, the gift shop at the Adirondack Bank Center, and Cookie's Q and Creamery, which will be opening. I believe they're seasonal, right? They'll be opening real soon.
Yeah, it should be.
With
they
all
got that
sorts
Boss
of good
Burger
stuff.
and everything.
Love it.
Their ice cream sundaes are, whoa, yeah.
Doug Harvey was a legendary umpire in Major League Baseball. There you go. I think if you don't have Mahomes in that spot, that team doesn't have the same result. That's weighing on the on whether or not Mahomes should be on the list of the greatest of all time. I think he's
good.
Yeah,
he is good.
I think he probably should be at this point.
But, I mean, we're jumping the gun here, I think.
Probably, but, you know, what he's already accomplished is more than most quarterbacks.
That's true.
You know? Okay, we had said so I want to get into the budget just a little bit. You have any comments? 315.
Did he release the budget yet, Galimi?
No.
Okay.
No.
We won't hear from him until after the budget's released. So.
Well, we don't know what the budget is going to be, but we're hearing this, that in Utica they're going to be they're forced to deal with with a tax increase that will be at the very least double digits. So I had a message from somebody here that did some digging in on all of this and has experience, and I'll tell you what they said in a second. First, though, Richard, the corruption. Richard's been all over Palmieri here. Mm-hmm. The corruption and illegal activities by this mayor are only the tip of the iceberg we will discover. I had personal issues with him that you wouldn't believe when I lost my building in 2011. He was elected in 2012, and what he did to me was, well, you wouldn't believe it. Corruption 101.
Does he care to elaborate?
Richard, well, he said it was with the building. I'd love to know exactly what he put him through.
Well, I could tell you what this city's going to be put through. I mean, you can blame Palmieri all you want about the tax. And I was talking with another agent about this last night, and this person really made it make sense, okay? When you're talking about the fact that some of the homes in Utica are now going for $200 to $250, and we want to encourage young people to stay here, buy houses here, or anybody to buy houses here, when you factor in taxes are going to be higher than some other municipalities. I mean, with a 10 to 17% increase, you know, my taxes for my small little ranch in North Utica could be higher than some houses in Whitesboro and Utica. And while some people can afford that, you talk about some people that are retirees or some people that are barely getting by. They may not have a mortgage, but to pay that annual tax is going to be very difficult.
Even a 10% increase.
You're going to see foreclosures in the city of Utica like you've never seen before. You're going to see people that are saying, why would I spend $250,000 on a house with $8,000, $9,000 taxes in Utica when I can go and get, if that or less, in another municipality? It's going to be devastational for the real estate market in the city of Utica.
Rick says, at least double digits. Do you mean it could be triple? No, maybe I misspoke. I'm simply saying that
it's not going to be 9.
It won't be 9. It will be at the very least a double digit, which could be 10. But they're saying it could go as high as 17.5.
I mean, is it really that bad? It's got to be that crazy or that high right off the bat?
Here's what this person is saying. And this is Doug, and he's saying that here's where I'm questioning the potential of wrongdoing. Is it possible that this affected the bond rating? Now, they kept coming out and saying Utica had a surplus, but did they have a surplus? We've had people say, well, it's kind of like if you have a credit card, right? You have a credit card that has a $10,000 balance and you haven't used any of it, so you put that towards the that's not really a part of a surplus. So you can't have a surplus if you have to count what you owe over here in order to, right?
Yeah.
A surplus is not just money on hand, I would think. So anyway, this is what Doug says. I seriously wonder if filings by the city of Utica pointed out their surplus and so on have been falsely reported that results in an inappropriate bond rating by bond agencies that would later devalue the city bond rating. Whether or not this could be a violation of federal or state rules, it could be. Might be time for the comptroller of the state of New York to step in, similar to what they did in the city of Utica School District. This isn't just a problem. This is a huge problem. He goes on to say, this is going to be a major, major issue for anybody who knew but didn't say anything. So that is in line because this is where the problem comes into play. Is you had Mike Galimi on the council,
right?
You had other council members, the comptroller's office. Did you know there really wasn't a surplus? And if so, you have an obligation of reporting it. The other thing Doug says is, let's not forget that the comptroller's office, that is an elected position. It may very well be that he had an obligation to report any falsities. Now, he was telling us that he kept pushing for at least an incremental increase
of 2% a year.
And the mayor kept saying no. And what this person, Doug, is saying is that was he required? He is an elected official, not an appointed official. His loyalty should be to the taxpayers and to the voters. Doug goes on to say, remember, it's not a crime alone that is the problem. It's the cover-up. Who knew what when? Who failed to disclose? What and when? Has there been any falsification of official records to the state or bond agencies? These are all questions.
So,
and again, he goes back to the part about Bill Morehouse being the comptroller. It's an elected position, not just to behind closed doors blow a whistle. He may actually legally have been required to blow the whistle publicly.
So, one thing here, Mananski's checking in saying he can't send that email and not say what Palmieri allegedly did. I mean, come on, what a cliffhanger talking about Richard. But Bill Morehouse did text in, estimate and apportionment are having a public meeting today at 3 o'clock, and I believe the official budget will be released to members of E&A.
Okay, as of today.
Get an early look at that.
So, Doug, Bill Morehouse, Doug is calling you out here as well, saying maybe you should have blown the whistle if you knew this was going to happen, and the next administration was going to be left with this huge tax increase. Did it affect the bond rating, the city's bond rating? Well, that's a really big question. I don't think Doug is making accusations. I think he's asking questions.
Well, also, too, I mean, let's really look at it, and again, people being Palmieri and his administration may challenge me on this, but I mean, there was some investments made, but they weren't spending a lot of money. I don't think the city was spending a ton of money. They certainly weren't contributing to the hospital project or anything associated with it. I mean, this may ruffle some feathers, but I mean, Broad Street still is like the craters of the moon, and a lot of streets are like that too. I mean, I don't think there was a lot of big money projects other than the ARPA money that was put into dog parks and things like that. That's different than budget and city funds.
Look at the decline over in West Utica over the last 10 years. I mean, it's really bad. You can point to areas that have gotten better, but you do have to, and I know Palmieri will disagree, but you do have to. A lot of the improvements that occurred were county projects,
county and private funded projects, and private investors that were spending money.
So, and then
in a weird way, I'm saying that in defense of.
And then I have.
Why is there such a financial issue now?
Nancy says the park system in Utica has been allowed to decline tremendously over the last 10 years. And she quotes a stairway that used to go up to the Eagle, and it had needed repair, and instead of repairing it, they just took it out. So they just eliminated it. And yet using the ARPA funding to build new endeavors, to build another, a dog park and you really wonder. There was a lot of money. Utica had more money than everybody. Why is the city in this position?
Yeah.
And don't say because you couldn't use that ARPA money on just anything. It's very specific how you use that ARPA money. That's true. But I've talked to some economists who say the way you do it is you for money that was already going to be spent, maybe on a capital project or something, you can move the ARPA money towards that project, pull that money back, and use it for something else. So now you're able to. And just think about Colosimo yesterday talking about the roads alone. There's no funding right now. If you have this deficit, where's the funding to repair the roads? That was something that the council voted on, that every year roads would be improved. And some of these roads are in really terrible shape.
Mm-hmm.
We've lost places like West Utica. We've lost James Street. The city has lost so many different parts of the city. This is a very critical time. There's a lot on the shoulders of Mike Galimi right now. Let me bring Wayne in, who wants to comment. Hi, Wayne. Good morning.
Hey, guys. My concern, I'm telling you right now, everywhere that I look, every street that I park at really quick and then get in and out, and I'm looking, if you look down in any sewer other than a street that has been newly paved, these sewers can't possibly work. You look down in them, there's nothing but garbage and cement that's collapsed, and the structure around it is all, just totally destroyed. Everything, like you said, with the streets.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. If you got to drive around other than newly paved streets, that are selected. I don't know how. But
can I just
potholes and destruction.
Can I just take one moment for a minute, Wayne? Because I've just closed my eyes and I'm trying to picture you with a flashlight looking down into the.
Oh, he's looking.
You're there.
I went to go park, and one of my tires went so low it was like half of my truck was down below.
Wow.
I looked like I was macking out, like I had hydraulics, and it went way down to the right. And when I drove out of it, I come back up to the left. I had a hydraulic system. But there's such big holes. It's disgusting. I could just send pictures to you, and you'd puke.
Well, there's a lot that's got to be thought about here, and the question is, did the city of Utica squander an opportunity with all of this ARPA funding?
How do they not let somebody go around and just inspect and then say, lie to people and say you're going to get to it like they do with my tree out front?
Yeah, that's right. Okay. I don't know about your tree, but you do. All right, Wayne. Good stuff.
Later,
Thank you,
guys.
man. Thank you. Got a break. We have news. Andrew has news, and Fox News coming up next.
Retirement Outlook.
If your retirement account is mostly stocks or bonds, listen closely. The future of your savings may be more uncertain than ever before. Hi, I'm Paul Stone, CEO of Colonial Metals. The sad truth is, our government continues to eat away at our freedoms and security. In economic times like these, run around the flagpole by lunatics in Washington, I look to the most trusted store of wealth in human history, physical gold and silver that you own. At Colonial Metals, we specialize in helping folks with IRAs and 401ks and other retirement accounts move their savings into physical gold and silver. If you'd like a free gold investment kit, give us a call today at 820-800-8000. My team is standing by ready to rush a free gold investment kit to you. You may also qualify for $7,500 in free silver and a free safe. Call 820-800-8000 now. That's 820-800-8000.
Colonial Metals is not a financial advisor. Consult with your advisor before investing.
That's 820-800-8000.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX 950 Utica Rome, W295DI Utica Rome, your news, talk, and sports leader, a Town Square media station.
They were up all night in the Senate. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, where some Republicans spoke out all night against a security bill providing billions of dollars in military aid to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. But in the end, it passed about an hour ago. Democratic Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says
the Senate declares that American leadership will not waver, will not falter, will not fail.
Right after the vote, Ukraine's president posted on X he's grateful, writing U.S. assistance helps save lives from Russian terror, but that bill may not pass the House. Many Republicans say the focus should be on border security. And tonight, the House plans to try again to impeach the head of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, blaming him for record illegal immigration. GOP Congressman Tony Gonzalez tells Fox,
we have to put a stop to it. We have to hold people accountable.
They fell one vote short last week. Democrats call it a sham that Mayorkas has also committed no crimes. It's Election Day in New York's 3rd Congressional District, replacing George Santos, who was expelled from the House. Republican Mazi Pilip is facing Democrat Tom Suozzi, who's trying to return to that House seat. She tells Fox,
he created this mess, the border crisis. He opened the border, and as a result, we are facing a border crisis.
Suozzi calls himself a centrist who supports bipartisan immigration solutions. But a storm could affect turnout there. It's also grounding planes. More than 1,000 flights are canceled because of all the snow. Former President Trump wants the Supreme Court to consider another case, filing a challenge to an appeals court ruling
from last week that he, a former president, is not immune from prosecution over his alleged efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election. Now, Trump's Washington, D.C. trial was initially set for March 4th. If the justices issue a stay, expect the trial to be pushed back several months.
Fox's David Spun, the former president, was in court in Florida for a hearing also on the Trump classified documents case. America's listening to Fox News.
Don't let everyday aches and pains keep you from living your best life.
I don't think I really understood what people meant when they talked about pain until I started feeling it myself.
Start feeling better every day with Relief Factor, a daily supplement designed to support your body's fight against aches and pains.
Not only do I move better without pain, I just feel better.
Created by doctors, Relief Factor uses a unique formula of natural ingredients that target 4 metabolic pathways to address pain. Relief Factor doesn't just mask aches and pains, it helps reduce or even eliminate them.
Today, I do the things I love, and it doesn't occur to me to think about pain.
You can feel the difference all day, every day.
Join the over 1 million people who have tried Relief Factor's 3-week Quick Start Kit. It's only $19.95. Visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4RELIEF. And feel the difference of Relief Factor.
Good morning. WIBX 950 News Time, 8:03. I'm Andrew Derminio. Right now we're at 29 degrees under cloudy skies. Your full forecast is coming up. This update brought to you by the new Destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. 2 people are recovering from injuries after being injured in a head-on crash in Vernon. Authorities say the collision happened yesterday on Prospect Street and involved a car and pickup truck. The impact led to the driver of the car being airlifted to Upstate University Hospital, while the pickup truck driver was less seriously hurt. So far, there have not been any traffic tickets issued in connection with this accident. Governor Kathy Hochul was in town yesterday announcing the Village of Herkimer will receive a $10 million downtown revitalization initiative grant. The governor also announced that the Village of Boonville and Town of Richfield will receive $4.5 million each in New York Forward funding. There is a big planning and public meeting for the new St. Luke's campus, or planning for the future of the old St. Luke's campus. It's Reimagine St. Luke's. It's a community vision workshop happening tonight at New York Mills High School from 7 o'clock to 8:30 p.m. The public is welcome to come and share their ideas of the reuse of the St. Luke's campus. You can visit reimaginestluke's.com for more details. If you're unable to make the meeting, you can still contact them, reimaginestluke's@gmail.com. Officials at Syracuse University are looking into false reports involving an active shooter on campus. The school says the first call was received Sunday night and mentioned Maxwell Hall and Eggers Hall. And yesterday, there was another report of an active shooter in that same area. A search of those locations did not lead to anything that was suspicious being found. Anyone with information on these incidents is asked to come forward immediately. And a country music star is bringing his latest tour to Central New York this summer. Dierks Bentley will be on the stage at Empower Federal Credit Union Amphitheater at Lakeview in Syracuse Friday, August 16th. Bentley is a multi-time Grammy Award nominee and is going to be joined by fellow artists Chase Rice and Randy Rogers Band. Tickets go on sale Friday at 10 a.m. through Live Nation. It is 8:05. Your weather forecast is brought to you by Adirondack Home Furniture.
I'm Eyewitness News Chief Meteorologist Craig Flint of the WIBX Weather Center. Today, partly to mostly cloudy, breezy, chilly. Late afternoon and evening snow showers and brief squalls develop as a cold front arrives in the evening, a high of 38. Tonight, blustery, colder, snow showers likely, near 20. And Valentine's Day, leftover snow showers and flurries taper early, then partly sunny, blustery, colder afternoon, a high of 28. For more on your local forecast, tune to Eyewitness News at 6 on WTR. I'm meteorologist Craig Flint on WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM.
29 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. It's 8:06. Sports brought to you by IBEW NECA 43 local contractors. Tiger Woods has a new apparel deal after ending his decades-long, highly profitable relationship with Nike last month. The pro golf veteran announced Monday that he's working with TaylorMade to launch a brand new line called Sunday Red. The company's website says the line is coming May 1st and will also include women and children's styles. The Jets are making a change this spring. The green and white confirmed via social media that the team will unveil new uniforms in April. Chairman Woody Johnson noted that the legacy white uniform, which debuted in 2023, will become permanent and will be joined by green and black versions of the uniform. The Jets debuted the legacy white uniforms during the 2023 regular season opener. With the NFL in the books, basically, well, not basically, it is in the books, we've got other sports to talk about, like the fact that the Rangers extended their winning streak to 5 games after shutting out the Flames 2-0 at Madison Square Garden. The Islanders continue their homestand tonight. They'll play host to the Seattle Kraken at UBS Arena in Elmont. The Knicks are on a 3-game losing streak after falling 105-103 to the Rockets in Houston. What else do I have for you here? Syracuse has dropped 3 of their last 4 games. The 15-9 Orange will host North Carolina tonight. That's going to be a rough one, I imagine. And we'll give you a little bit more NFL news here. The Steelers parting ways with veteran signal caller Mitch Trubisky, formerly of the Chicago Bears. And fresh off a 25-22 win over the 49ers, Kansas City is prepping for their Super Bowl victory parade for the Chiefs. It's set for tomorrow and will include a rally in front of Union Station. Kansas City won their third Super Bowl title in 5 years Sunday, becoming the first team to win back-to-back NFL championships in almost 20 years. When the Chiefs won last year, close to 1 million people flooded downtown streets for a victory parade and rally. Well, Bill, I can't wait to go back to...
Whatever.
Screw them. I can't wait to get back to see Dr. Tim Delmedico because while things have improved with my foot, there is a course of treatment that we've selected and we've planned, and I'm very excited because I have a feeling that the pain is going to be going away. It already has improved, but I have a little bit longer to go, and it has been a game changer. It is soft wave tissue regeneration technology, an incredible advancement offered at Revive Soft Wave Therapy on Genesee Street in Utica. It's non-invasive. It's free from pills and injections, which basically just mask the pain. When you get a pill or an injection, it tells your brain to stop feeling the pain. It doesn't cure the problem. It doesn't heal your injury. This will. It's so effective, it's used by NFL teams, the Cleveland Clinic, and the Mayo Clinic. The cutting-edge technology, developed in Germany, now in Utica, isn't limited to common pain areas. It also addresses neuropathy, plantar fasciitis, carpal tunnel syndrome, TMJ, and more. The treatment is swift and boasts an outstanding 90% success rate. It works through high-speed sound waves, stimulating blood flow and stem cells to the impacted area, which promotes natural healing. And it really works. If you've exhausted other options in pursuit of relief, call Revive Soft Wave Therapy. Don't let pain dictate your life when there is a solution available. Go to reviveutica.com. That's reviveutica.com. You can see testimonials, videos of the treatment. Get more information and explanation as to what this is, and reclaim a life free from debilitating pain. Take that step towards a pain-free future today. It's reviveutica.com.
So today is Fat Tuesday.
Yeah, thank you.
And in
Thank you
New Orleans, they're celebrating today. And then tomorrow is Ash Wednesday. So if you're a devout Catholic, you may be fasting tomorrow. Right. Others will be eating fish, no meat tomorrow. And others will be going out to dinner for Valentine's Day.
Yes.
So there's a Valentine's Day falling on Ash Wednesday. And Easter is later this year. I forget what happens. The way this works is it's by moon cycles after Ash Wednesday.
Yeah, I think it's late. I think it's...
I think it is, too.
Hold on, let me pull it up here.
I'll
be able to tell you in a second.
Anyway, just keeping in mind, and in good luck trying to find a restaurant for tomorrow night.
I'm in trouble.
They're
the 31st of March, by the way.
They're out there, but well, that's not all that late. Sometimes Easter falls in April.
Yes.
Okay. Lots to do this hour. A bunch of stuff to get to, including we have this morning the former vice president of Radio Shack.
I know. I knew you would be excited about this.
Yeah, we'll get into it. Coming up, 8:11 at WIBX.
Rev up your savings with Steep Ponte Chevrolet in Herkimer. Picture yourself behind the wheel of the powerful 2024 Chevy Silverado. Enjoy financing as low as 2.9% for 72 months, or a rebate up to $6,000 on select models. Looking for adventure? Take a ride in the 2024 Trailblazer LS. Lease it for 3 years with 10,000 miles per year for only $329 a month. Don't miss out on these incredible offers at Steep Ponte Chevy. You are trusted family-owned and operated dealership. Stop by and see why it's always easy to do business at Steep Ponte Chevy, or visit their complete inventory at steeppontechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive. For lease and financing offers, customers must qualify for top-tier credit through GM Financial. Silverado offer on select models. Must have a 2010 or newer Chevrolet trade-in. Lease must have current lease and household. All taxes, fees, and first payment due on delivery. See salesperson for details. Must take delivery by 2/29/2024.
Are you tired of the constant battle with unwanted hair? Give us a call at A Soothing Touch Laser Hair Removal for hassle-free permanent hair removal. With our affordable pay-as-you-go programs, no confusing contracts or memberships, and no hefty upfront costs, achieving the smooth skin you have always wanted without breaking the bank is just one call away. Just in time for Valentine's Day, our gift certificates make the perfect gift for your Valentine or Galentine. Say goodbye to unwanted hair and hello to confidence. Visit our website today where affordability meets perfection at asoothingtouchlaserhairremoval.com.
Looking for a new career? Liverpool Pool and Spa wants to hear from you at their brand new location on East Dominic Street in Rome, where they're hiring full and part-time installers, service techs, and retail sales with plenty of room for advancement. Good pay, great work culture, and just a fun place to work. It's more than just a job, it's a career. Plus, you get to create people's backyard oasis. They'll train the right people, and you can apply in person at Liverpool Pool and Spa, 1501 East Dominic Street in Rome. Don't just dream it, live it.
Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. Well, you wonder why I always
celebrate the Man in Black and his greatest song.
I fell into a burning
Johnny Cash, live on screen.
of a sleeping city sidewalk.
Experience his legendary voice with a live band and singers.
Coming down.
Sunday, March 10th, 7 p.m., presented by Broadway Utica at the Stanley Theater. For tickets, visit BroadwayUtica.org.
For a limited time at Mattress Express, qualified buyers will get 60 months to pay on any purchase $1,500 or higher with no money down. That includes all brands of mattresses in the store and massage chairs. See store for details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you to the limits of your plan. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with promo code CLAY.
Hey, I want to tell you from Ricky Z, the message, and that is it's Steve Ponte Mazda. It's their new Mazda sales event, which is going on right now. It's back. Drive a new 2024 Mazda CX-30. Here, Davey, I'm going to give you this. Do you have this? You do? Thanks. What was I saying? Oh, I'm in the middle of a commercial. I'm so sorry. Sorry, Andrew. Sorry, Rick.
You don't have to apologize
Ricky
to
Z
me.
and Steve Ponte Mazda. It's their new Mazda sales event. And you can drive a new 2024 Mazda CX-30 Select Sport model for only $297 per month on a 36-month lease. Or you can save with low APR financing, 0.9%, 1.9%, or 2.9% on select award-winning new 2024 Mazdas. See the dealership for details. As Rick says, let's make your deal on a new Mazda, where it's always easy to do business. Says Ricky Z, it's always easy, and I can attest to that. He does a great job. Love my CX-90. It's always easy to do business. Steve Ponte Mazda, Commercial Drive in Yorkville.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
By the way, Friday morning we'll be live for a Joe Time. Senator Joe Griffo inviting all of his political comrades. Sounds so socialist, doesn't it?
It sounds so
communist.
Yes.
On Friday at Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. It'll be another Joe time. And come on in for coffee, espresso, lattes. It's Seattle's best. That drive-thru is lightning fast. But come inside Friday morning. We'll all be in there, and you have a question for the senator or any of the other political figures that make their way over there. Feel free to come on in Friday morning from 6 until 9, Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. Andrew, speaking of math, I'm not sure why I said that, but we will speak of math. You were just trying to calculate the taxes. So property taxes are calculated in what way?
So what happens is you have your assessment.
This is a River Hills listing agent explaining to you what will happen in Utica,
right,
with a double-digit tax increase.
So what happens is you have your assessment, what your house is assessed for. And on a little bit of a side note, people are always like, why am I paying that much for the house? Because it's only assessed at. You don't want your assessment to be with what you're paying
I
for
want
the
my
house.
assessment higher.
No,
for
you
God's
do not.
Sakes, this is ridiculous.
Your assessment is
People
always...
are going to think I'm a pauper.
You will always have a lower assessment, which is a good thing, because if you have a higher assessment, then you're going to have higher taxes. What happens is the tax rate for any municipality gets multiplied by your assessment. So let's say the tax rate is 12.2%. You would then take your assessment for each of the
So let's say
school,
it's 100 to make it easy, $100,000.
Yeah, so let's say you're assessed at $100,000. I'm still going to need to do this. I'm sorry. I'm terrible at math. And then it's like, let's say it's 12.2. Well, you're going to have your taxes are going to be $1,220 for that particular thing. So if your school tax rate is 12.2% and your assessment's $100,000, your school tax is going to be $1,220.
Here's the problem, though, because you're talking about a potential for a 12% tax increase.
Right.
So over and above what you're currently paying on a $100,000 assessment, you may be looking at about a $1,200 increase in that'd be $100 a month that you got to pay on your additional.
So that would be another question I have for Mr. Galimi, Mayor Galimi, is the increase going to be on everybody's assessment, or is it going to be on the tax rate, or is it going to be on the actual tax that you pay? There's a lot of different questions about that. If he's increasing the tax, well, I guess the tax rate increase would be
if it's a tax rate. If you're paying 5% now and it's increased by 12, you're paying 17%.
Yeah, so it's going to be at the actual rate, which is what you're going to multiply your assessment by. Assessment won't go up. It's going to be the rate, which that's going to be difficult for some people.
It is going to be.
I'm looking at it right now. I'd have to calculate based on what the current tax rates are. But I'll do a little math about what my increase will be on a monthly payment basis. But there's going to be a lot of people where they're not going to be able to afford. They're already kind of, people that are on fixed incomes, right? Oh, I don't have a mortgage. I own my house outright. But if your taxes go up and you're budgeting, let's say you're living on a fixed income and you're budgeting for your property taxes at X, and then they go up, you're going to have some issues. People are going to have issues.
The other thing is, keep in mind, these are projections at this point. It could be negotiated down. Maybe they're projecting at 11%, and it turns out to be a 7%. But it looks like for the city of Utica property owners, your taxes are going up.
Right, and I don't know. I mean, obviously, it's not going to impact the county tax rate.
Galimi did say it was going to be at least a 10% increase.
Now, another thing to factor in, and I don't want to open up this can of worms, that'll impact your city taxes. Now, in the city of Utica, if you own a property in the city of Utica, you're paying your county tax, your city tax, and your school tax rate. You've talked about this before, about talking about Mr. Habaika and the school board. Are the school taxes going to be raised now as well? Are they going to have to raise? I mean, county taxes have been, maintaining kind of flat line. They haven't really gone up. But if you're going to get hit with a city increase and then a school tax increase, then people will really be feeling it.
Andrew, today and I are going to go over to the canal and throw some tea bags in, just as a protest. Just as
Not
a protest.
Too many. We don't want to litter.
No, just a protest. Okay, some comments quickly, and then let's move on. What do you have?
Wait, let's start down here.
Some guy in the 540. Easter is in March. Yes, thank you.
Good,
31st.
Thank you. Good morning. Listening to YouTube recording of yesterday's show, I discovered the best way to appreciate Councilmember Testa's appearances on your show is to double the playback speed. Although I couldn't understand exactly what she was saying, I could still tell she was critical of almost everything, and the time went by twice as fast.
That is so funny. Unless you're Samantha, then she's not happy.
This is Merck in 13440 or Rome. Good morning. I am pleasantly surprised to see Richie Artigiani in the studio. Not only is he an incredibly talented drummer and a really kind guy, but an ardent supporter of the skate park project in Rome. Good for you for all, including him. Mimi.
Rich Artigiani. Justin, who is your uncle, right?
Uncle, yeah.
Was our producer for a while, and your dad has been in the auto business for a long time. And so, but you're working in media, going to college at UC, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. What's the skate park thing?
Okay, so the SFM skate park project, a very close friend of mine lost his life last April. And in his honor, his family, who's done an amazing job, and all of our close friends are opening a skate park in Rome.
Very nice.
In Bellamy Harbor Park. We're planning to break ground on that in May. We've raised over $600,000
Wow, that's for you.
in public fundraising alone, on top of county and city grants. So
nice.
It's been a great movement these past few months, and we're only getting started.
Cool.
So yeah.
All right, very nice. Nice job in someone's memory. And then you play drums. Are you in a band?
I am in a band.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you guys play? Classic rock, probably.
Yes, we do play.
I know because of your uncle. He's an aficionado when it comes to classic rock. He was like born another time.
Yeah. No, he's great. Yeah.
Cool. All right. What's the name of your band, by the way?
Olden Vice.
Olden Vice.
Oldenvice.
Oh, as in the olden times.
Olden.
Nice. Okay, I like it.
All right, some other comments.
Sir in Utica, to earn money, my boys, when my boys were in junior high, they signed up to be softball referees. I so disapproved. I told them, you will just get yelled at the whole game. They said, you yell at us for free. We are going to get paid for people to yell at us.
I love that.
Lorraine in Newport. Law enforcement are the best coaches and officials because they aren't intimidated often. They seem unapproachable, so oftentimes negative people stay away and have been trained to react without emotion. Kids could use more of them in these roles.
Okay.
Fred and Clinton. Easter is in March this year, March 31st. It's the first Sunday after the first full moon after the spring equinox. It is 40 days from Ash Wednesday, not counting Sundays. And finally...
it's so weird how it works out.
Mm-hmm.
But it works out. It lands on a Sunday.
Yes.
I guess they work backwards.
Yeah. And
whoever they are, I don't know who they are.
Matt
they will judge us, I can guarantee you, though.
He will judge us.
Good point.
Matt, finally, inflation has gone up 2% on average every year. In the last couple of years, it got really high, while taxes did not go up for 8 years. It's catching up to higher prices for essential services.
John says, guess you guys didn't pay attention to the game, how the down changed to a first down without actually getting a first down. The game is BS and fixed. I don't think that happened. There's no way they just changed it to a first down during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Now, the down may have been wrong on TV or wrong on the scoreboard, but there's no way they just changed it and called it a first down. Although the referees will eye it oftentimes and just look at it and say first down. But I think that the coaches have every ability to challenge the placement of the ball.
The officiating was very good in this game.
I thought it was good.
I just think that,
John, I'm not with you on this
KC
one.
got some lucky breaks, and they were the better team in the end.
And then one more, some guy in the 540, he's in Virginia listening. Why won't gas stations in CNY have to show highest price? No normal state lists member pricing for gas outside of BJ's or Sam's. The reality is they show the lowest price, but this might change that. I don't know. They show the lowest price, and that's usually the cash price.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get in there, you realize it's much higher. Yeah, that's all true. Okay, in studio right now is Maureen Gent. Do I pronounce that right, Maureen?
You are.
Good morning, and I'm so sorry you had to sit here and listen to us.
I enjoyed it.
All right, cool. So Maureen is with RCIL, and the RCIL is piloting a new nurse navigation program. Can you explain to us what that is?
Yes, I can. As I said, RCIL, otherwise known as Resource Center for Independent Living, is piloting this new nurse navigation program.
If it is what I think it is, so this is a program that assists potential nurses in going down the road and what courses should be taken. No, not at all. Okay,
nope. The goal of this program is to help people in the community that may have just gotten a new diagnosis or a change in their medical condition.
Getting a nurse.
And they need to know what steps to go forward.
I should have read the whole thing. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
But this is a great program because it's so difficult right now.
It is
when
difficult.
Someone's in need, they sometimes don't know where to turn.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, primary physician offices don't have the staffing that they used to have.
Yeah.
To be able to take the time with each patient and explain a diagnosis or explain a new medication, the side effects that may come. So people go home very confused.
Yeah.
What I'm hoping is that they can pick up the phone, give us a call, and we can help answer their questions.
All right. So if they needed to, how far are you guys able to go? So if they needed a new appointment, but we're struggling getting in somewhere, would you be able to assist in that?
We can.
Okay.
Not to say we'd be 100% successful,
Sure,
but we would
sure.
certainly try.
Great program. How do they? So do they reach out online, or I'm assuming there is a phone number?
There is a phone number.
Yeah.
It's 315-624-2577. Or if they're more comfortable, they can reach via email, mghent@rcil.com.
And RCIL as a whole, they do a lot. Speaking of taxes, I know that for a while my father was taking advantage of the fact that they help assist people with tax returns. Do they still do that?
No longer.
Oh, okay. Well, there's still a lot of stuff.
Should have read the whole release.
I should have. That's why we've got Maureen to put us.
That is true.
Put us in check here.
So, explain RCIL for those who don't know. The Resource Center for Independent Living. This is a program that really is broad, and it helps a lot of people in the area.
Correct. It is a non-profit organization with a lot of different services to help a lot of different people with their needs.
Okay. And is there a economic limit, or is anyone eligible?
For this program, absolutely anybody is eligible.
They do say as you get older, sometimes you may have children, but maybe those kids are not around or not always accessible or not able. And sometimes I would think it's hard to communicate sometimes what your issue is, and you try to do it on your own. If you knew there was a place to go like this, it would help out a lot. And it sounds like that's exactly what you'll do.
That's our goal.
Yeah, okay.
That's our goal.
All right, again, the phone number is 315-624-2577, or you can email mghent@rcil.com, 315-624-2577. I will say that we were with my dad, and it was going through some very difficult, became immobile at one point last year. I guess maybe about a year and a half ago. And we were at the Falcon Clinic, and they really put us together with all different resources that are out there. There was a traveling nurse they could take advantage of and stuff like that. But not everybody is going to be able to have the staff to pull that off for you.
True.
They make the phone call to you, and you help them. There are a lot of services out there that people don't even know about.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Correct.
All right, 624-2577. And Maureen, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And tolerating us. Thank you. All right, 8:31. Hold tight. I want to, in a minute, we're going to talk to County Executive Tony Picente on the St. Luke's reuse meeting that is going on. We'll chat with him quickly, coming right up. 8:32 at WIBX.
You know the old saying, look with your eyes, not with your hands.
Well, that does not apply at New York Sash.
Scott and Jill here again, inviting you to visit our Idea and Design Center showroom at 349 Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro. It's a great chance for you to not just see, but also touch and feel all of our windows and doors, siding, and bath products.
Most companies are going to force you to make a major, important remodeling decision by looking at itty-bitty, teeny-weeny photos on a website or in a catalog.
But this is your home, for crying out loud. It's important to get it right. So come in and take a look with your eyes and with your hands.
Heck, you can even smell it if you want.
Drop by our showroom from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. or Saturdays from 9 to 1 at 349 Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro.
Call New York Sash now and get 15% off windows, doors, or bathrooms. Or online at NewYorkSash.com. That's NewYorkSash.com.
Hey, Frank, looks like business is booming. What are all those tabs you have open on your computer?
Oh, hey. Well, this one is for my SEO company. This one is for my website company. This one is for my CRM. This is for invoicing and estimates. This one does email. And this one does billing.
Geez, that sounds tricky to manage.
It's clunky, but I need all this to run my business. Wait, you run your own business, and you're even busier than I am. Don't you have all this stuff, too?
I do, but I get it all on one screen with the Town Square Business Management Platform.
What's that?
The Town Square Business Management Platform is an all-in-one tool that helps me grow and run my business. It combines website, billing, and scheduling into one program.
That sounds simpler than juggling all the tools I have now, but you still need someone else to help you find new business, right?
Nope. They have powerful digital advertising built into the platform as well, which helps me keep my calendar full. You can get a demo of the product for free. Check out their website. See if it makes sense for your business.
Go to townsquarelocal.com for a free demo of the Town Square Business Management Platform. Visit townsquarelocal.com. That's townsquarelocal.com.
It's All Seasons Outfitters store-wide clearance sale. Find huge savings on your favorite brands. North Face, Champion, and select work boots 50% off. Outdoor games and baseball 50% off. Save 30% on winter boots and hunting apparel. 25% on workwear and hikers. You won't want to miss it. The savings are on at All Seasons Outfitters. See more on their Facebook page and allseasonsoutfitter.com. Your store for every season is All Seasons Outfitters.
It seems like everywhere you look right now, someone is sick. This year, prepare your family for airborne invaders like bacteria, pollen, and yes, germs with Navage Nasal Care. Navage flushes ultra-pure, refreshing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. Navage sucks out viruses, dust, and other airborne particles, all the stuff that gets trapped in your nose making you miserable. Don't get caught empty-handed this winter. Get Navage, the drug-free solution that helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Even better, Navage is HSA, FSA eligible, so Navage is a great way to spend those funds before they expire. Don't wait a minute longer. Buy Navage today and you'll breathe easier knowing you're putting your funds to good use. Navage is available online at Navage.com or Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
All right, Joe Beatrice is saying that you have it wrong here. He's saying...
Bring it on.
He is saying that the increase... So if Galimi proposes let's say a 10% increase, it is not an increase in the rate.
I don't know how that's going to be
But
calculated.
what he says, if you currently pay, your city taxes are $2,000, the 10% increase would be
$2,200.
$220. Yes, you would. He's saying. No,
I think he would say
where the 220 comes in. If it's 10%,
I think he means 2,200.
If it's 10%, it would go up
the
by
current
$200.
And maybe Picente can help us out with this. But if the tax rate in Utica stands right now at 27.03189, and there's a 10% increase, my thought would that tax rate would then go to 37.03189.
Are you multiplying
that's how you would calculate?
Are you multiplying 10%?
Well, maybe
against
that's a good point.
Against the tax rate.
Let's see here. So that in that case, it would be 0.
Because it's because you don't. Let me bring in the county executive while you're figuring it out.
He's a lot.
Anthony
smarter than
Picente.
us.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Maybe we'll go up
to figure out
You're trying to figure out tax rates.
Oh, this is not easy. No,
it's bad enough I have to try to do it.
You got to remember, if it's 10%, it's whatever the levy is. Then it's 10% added to the levy, and then that gets spread out the taxpayers by the rate that they pay on their whatever the rate is per $1,000 of assessed value.
Okay. Now I completely understand.
Okay.
Thank you.
That case.
Oh God! Why didn't you say that in the first place?
I'm sorry.
The only levy I know is driving the Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, the reality is, so I would ask you this, and without dragging you into a Utica situation,
We're just trying to understand tax rates here.
We were continuously being told the city of Utica was in a surplus.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden, the change in administration, and here's Galimi saying, oh, my God, we're in trouble. We're going to need to raise taxes by double digits. And so that we had someone earlier this morning bring up, was there some fudging of the numbers? If so, did that get reported to Albany? Did it play a role in the bond rating? If that's the case, there could be some trouble here. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, I think there's two things here. You've got to determine, and I've talked briefly to Mayor Galimi about it a couple times, just sharing information and just convincing a little bit on it. But the question I guess is, you can have a budget surplus or you can have an operating surplus.
Right.
And they're two different things. And so the issue comes down to what was the surplus? Was it based on what they had budgeted, or was it based on what they had operated? If it was based on what they budgeted, doesn't mean it was operating, because they could have spent more than that. And that's the different vernacular way.
But wouldn't that
ways to say it?
Wouldn't that put the bond rating at risk?
Well, it would depend. Again, it would depend on what's not entirely necessary unless you have a negative fund balance or you've depleted that. So you could still have a budget deficit, but your money in the bank is still stable. It depends. And again, I don't know. I'm just I'm not.
Well,
ready. I don't look at their books, but I'm just stating from my experience, which was pretty vast.
And then the other part of this is, again, without dragging you in,
sure.
But the other part of this is they had all of this ARPA funding, and the only thing I'll say to that is I understand that's very specific, but it could be used creatively where you may have been spending money over here, but now you won't have to because you could say explain that a little bit.
Right, there was a way. I mean, it was specific at the beginning, and then they loosened it up a little bit more. Yeah. Now, the only thing that they did hold fast on was that you could not use it to reduce taxes or to deal with your tax rate. So you couldn't plug it into that. However, what you could do with it was, in addition to, fund different projects and different entities that you choose that, had, need or relationship towards, what was impacts of COVID, et cetera, was you could use it for revenue replacement. And that's how you move it to issues of paving or of other purchases, because, revenue replacement is simply this. We were going to buy X last year, or, that year of the pandemic, but we couldn't because of the pandemic and because of our other things. So we're going to replace that revenue with ARPA funding and buy what we need to buy or fix what we need to fix. But it's got to be based on revenue replacement. So then, on the flip side, you're not impacting and you're using your other monies for whether it's salary increases or any other contractual obligations you might have.
It's interesting.
So that's the way you could.
Right. That's how you get creative.
You could deal with it.
Yeah.
Right.
However, if I'm correct, we still don't know where all of the ARPA funding was spent for the city of Utica. Has that been public?
No.
I don't think it has.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
One of the things I did early on, and I said this, as I wrote all of the mayors, all of the supervisors at that time, and said, look, we got all this money and opportunity. It's now a great chance for us to pool these resources and do some different things.
Yeah, yeah.
Unfortunately, some of the villages and some of the towns and city of Rome in that instance took us up on it for a couple, some projects, and then the broadband initiative, which I thought was really significant for this, and some other Main Street, improvements. But, we could have done a lot more. And, unfortunately, it just wasn't meant to be, I guess.
Well, I would say this now, Tony. I mean, luckily they didn't pay for the garage, because that would have been awful.
Well, but here was the thing.
Yeah.
Because of that, I had to use $12 million of my ARPA, our I shouldn't say it's mine, it's the county's ARPA allocation towards the garage, because of we had to add the other floor because he sold the garage to or Kennedy at that time to Bowers, and took it off the playbook as far as part of the what was supposed to be for spots for the hospital. So it required another level on that garage, which required another $10+ million that I had to use ARPA, because I didn't want to dip into I didn't want to go to the budget. I didn't want to bond for any more money than I had to. And so I used it in that regard. Unfortunately, I could have used that somewhere else, though.
Yeah, I know. In one final on all of this.
You wanted to put a big dog park in the middle of Oneida County. I know.
One final take on all of this. It does seem that you have a very good relationship with Mayor Galimi, and that could be very good relations between the county and the city. It's important for that to be in better shape than it was.
It is, and in the 6 weeks we've talked quite a bit and met kind of regularly, so that's been a good thing.
All right,
as well as with the mayor of Rome too.
Okay, let's just briefly talk about tonight. This is an important meeting. You want people to come out.
Want people to come out, especially people in that area. This is for the St. Luke's campus reuse or reimagine, as we put it. We're doing it at New York Mills High School at 7:00 tonight in the auditorium. But it's going to be a little bit different. We're not just going to be listening to us ramble on about what we think or what we want to vision. We want to hear from people, and that's why it's going to be much more interactive. After some introductions and some explanation of what the process is, we want to hear from people, and we want people to walk around, look at the footprints, as we have them laid out on boards and such, and talk about what the possibilities are, and really have a community engagement on this project.
All right, again, that's at New York Mills High School.
New York Mills High School, 7 p.m. tonight.
All right, 7 p.m. Tonight. And then we have more for you, but maybe we'll get you later on in the week.
Yeah,
I
think I'm coming, I'm popping in at Joe time or whatever.
Okay.
But,
Yep. Okay, good.
We'll see you. Okay.
All right, good deal. County Executive Anthony Picente, thank you for the time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Fred F. Collis and Sons, I don't know if you realize you could take advantage of this at no charge. They do a home energy efficiency audit. Home energy audit. We had it done at our home. They were able to do it without even coming to the house during COVID. But they'll come into your home and investigate, really dig in to see the materials that you have in your home, and really dig in to determine where you might be losing money, where you might be seeing that money fly out the window with energy inefficiency. And there's no financial obligation at all. It's absolutely free. Call Collis today at 315-860-1301, and they'll schedule an appointment, come in and look at your home and give you a full assessment. You can then make a decision from there. Maybe it is a furnace. Maybe it's something as simple as, boy, you got a lot of incandescent light bulbs that are costing you a lot of money, or maybe an old refrigerator that's just not efficient and running and costing you more money than you need to spend. You'd be amazed at how these few changes could completely lower your energy bill. Call them today. Fred F. Collis & Sons, 315-860-1301. This is absolutely free with no obligation. 315-860-1301. We'll wrap up Tuesday morning next to WIBX.
Hi, I'm Martha Stewart. Every year, more than 4 million pets enter shelters here in the United States. My friends at American Humane have been helping animals since 1877. The goal is to ensure that pets have a safe shelter, especially during natural disasters. Adopting a shelter pet allows shelters to help more animals awaiting care. Please consider adopting today and take some time to learn more about American Humane's other work at americanhumane.org.
Nobody does a President's Day sale better than Carl's Wholesale Furniture Warehouse. Nobody. This is the sale when Carl's lower than anybody. Low prices go even lower. On sofas, sectionals, and reclining furniture, dining sets, bedrooms, and the lowest mattress prices you've ever seen. Everything's priced low to sell fast. Carl's has it all in stock, ready for fast delivery. Plus, no credit needed special financing. The time to buy new furniture is now during the President's Day sale at Carl's Wholesale Furniture Warehouse.
Is your prostate secretly being destroyed without you knowing it? All the ads for these prostate pills like Super Beta Prostate, Saw Palmetto, ProstaStream, Prostagenics, and others want to know which pills work and which are garbage? Now you can. Get a free copy of the new guide, Prostate Secrets, that pulls back the curtain on the prostate pill industry. Learn what is really in these pills. Which pill has over 987 adverse event reports filed against it with the FDA? It's shocking. Learn the one food to avoid that is a prostate killer, and discover the 3 so-called health foods that destroy your prostate. Get your free copy at prostatesecrets.com. That's prostatesecrets.com. This free guide will show you how to end your prostate problems without drugs or surgery, 5 important things to do to protect your prostate, and much more. Warning, this guide is controversial and may be offensive to some readers as it pulls no punches. So go to prostatesecrets.com, prostatesecrets.com. That's prostatesecrets.com.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
All right, pretty excited to have Rich Hollander on. He is he's a retail expert, and we get him by way of Fox News Radio this morning. Former VP of one of my favorite companies in the world.
Awesome store.
That actually does exist. I'll explain. Radio Shack. And Rich, good morning.
Good morning. I can't believe that you're the one person that knows that there's still some Radio Shacks.
Well, I got to tell you,
he's saying there's multiple, Bill.
I was on my way to just look at illegal fireworks. I mean,
they're legal in Pennsylvania.
But that's my point.
Yeah.
I wasn't any way considering bringing them back here. But as we were driving down to Pennsylvania, all of a sudden I saw this sign for Radio Shack. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. And we walked in, and sure enough, he was an old Radio Shack that still had a huge supply of a lot of the things that we used to buy there years ago. So
that's right.
Love it.
That's right. And people would. Some of the dealers bought them out of the
I see.
Stores that they had.
Yeah.
But most of them, were just they buy them from the warehouse, and they still buy them from the warehouse.
I got to say, the one thing I love so much about Radio Shack is like the RCA female to the 1 7/8. Those little connector jacks. Those come in so handy when you're trying to do a radio broadcast or a show or something. That stuff is the best.
I've talked to a bunch of your people on a bunch of stations over the years, and every one of them loves Radio Shack, and every one of them has worked for Radio Shack or been to a Radio Shack.
I know a few that left radio and worked at Radio Shack and actually got a raise.
They paid more. They got paid more.
And, of course, you remember the old Barry Manilow song, "Oh, Tandy, well, you made me remember." No? Okay.
Oh,
sorry
gosh,
about
that's
that.
terrible.
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah. I'm sure you won't. You won't
goodness.
get that. You won't get that at any other radio stations. That's just horrible.
Yeah, no, we actually don't really care about the topic you're discussing
That's
today.
right.
We just want to learn about Radio Shack.
Our goal is to hit a new low if we could. So, all right.
Well, I think you got the right person then to take you along the way.
Perfect. Beautiful. All right. So, as a retail expert, one of the things that I think people need to know, and even in New York State, where we are protected in New York, there are some places that don't even realize that there's a law. But gift cards do indeed have an expiration date.
No.
They do not.
They do not.
Well, it's funny because so New York has a law where they say that they're good for 9 years from the date of purchase. I believe that might be the law in New York State. But what I find, and I know where you're going, is you'll get a card that says it's good for 1 year. On December 31st, 2024, it's no good anymore. That's not true. And I think that's where you're going.
True at all.
Yeah.
Right?
Explain.
And,
Yep.
You know, if you find some in a drawer, not that you guys would have these drawers in your house,
Sure,
but in case there was a drawer somewhere, see if it's good. It might be good. The company might not exist. Then it's not good anymore.
Right.
I was going to say, I have a Radio Shack gift card from.
That's good
I
in
got for
Pennsylvania.
Christmas.
There's one in Pennsylvania. So.
Well, there was one in Pennsylvania when you went through there. Now that might have been a while ago.
Yeah, you're right. It's probably not there anymore. He was actually low on stock when I was there. So,
yeah, and you know he may take it just to see what else you'll buy.
Yeah, that's a good point. So we had a situation where somebody had a restaurant card, and this was just last year, and the card said December 31st, 2023 that it expired, and the restaurant wouldn't accept it, and they came back to me and said, you gave me this card, and I'm like, yeah, they can't do that. That card is still good. And
they put those expiration dates on there as a deterrent, maybe. Like, it
used to be you could do it.
Expiration dates, but they're not valid anymore. They're not good anymore.
It's like
Some
almost
states
it's like
have their expiration date.
It's like almost saying, here's a $20 bill, but you can only use it until December 31st. Well, they can't do that.
Well, no. Well, they cannot.
Yeah.
But they will all try. Well, not all. There are some of them that will try to do that.
Yeah.
The majority of them get used, but there's a portion of them that don't get used, and that's the profit part of it.
Right.
Right. And they'll also all the time, give you 110% or give you some percentage higher than what you've spent on that gift card, and you can just spend it or use it or as you wish. And it's pretty cool, actually. And if it works, now some of them won't do that anymore, but some of them still will. So
you can use the line, it's the law that you have to accept these cards. And so is this a federal law or is it just the law in most states?
It's a federal law.
Okay.
Federal law.
So federal law would supersede New York state law, which says they're good for 9 years. Federal law supersedes that, so they're always good.
Yes, except for who knows if there's any money left on it.
You're right. Right. That's a good point. Yeah,
Right?
I had one with 22 cents left on it. I'm like, well, take
somebody
that
gave that to you for a gift. They're like, here's this gift card.
Just think about that. And I know there was some recent legislation being talked about. So if when you look at it as a consumer, it's 22 cents. What a joke. But if you're especially the national retailer, and you get it down to 22 cents, and there are 1 million of those cards out there, think of the savings right there. That's a lot.
That's $220,000, and that's all the profit in the card itself.
Right.
Right. There's a lot of profit in the card itself, but it depends on how you use it and when you use it. Right. Because sometimes they'll say, bring in your gift cards and we'll give you, 100% of what it's valued at.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's how it works, even where you guys are.
Right. Yeah. If you have them, do not throw them out. And you're right.
Oh my gosh, no.
Yeah,
but people do.
Yeah, they
people
do. They do. And think about What was the percentage you gave? I had heard it was like 50% of gift cards come back. Is it less than that?
Oh no, it's more than that.
It is more than that. Okay.
Yeah, it's probably 70 or 80%.
Okay, but still, that
get used.
But
still, think about 20% or 30% profit.
Yeah. You never have to give it up. It's free money. So, all right, great.
Yeah, that's right.
Great stuff. Where is the closest Radio Shack to us right now? Do you have any idea?
Oh gosh, no.
Yeah.
I would.
We're gonna look
I
around.
would have no idea.
We're looking around. I have more of those jacks I need. So, all right, Rich Hollander, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate the conversation.
Thank you guys, and call anytime you want.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, sir. Appreciate it.
Bye now.
All right, bye now.
You keep his number. You can call him anytime you want.
We will.
I like it. I'll bet the place down near Pennsylvania is closed. Had the same logo, the same deal. It was pretty cool. Davey?
I think I found one. It says there's one on US 11 in Whitney Point, New York.
Where is Whitney Point?
Down near Binghamton.
That's exactly the one we went to. Yeah, that's down just before you cross over into fireworks land. Yeah. Not that I was
it
just
next to
looking.
a McDonald's?
I don't know. It was a whole strip. I mean, there was McDonald's there. Yeah, I think that's where we got off. So we were heading down 81, and you got off. We had to get off to grab something, and there was a Radio Shack. Pretty cool. All right, good stuff there, Davey. You remember Radio Shack?
Sure do.
My first computer, my first laptop, which sent me immediately to a Macintosh. My first laptop was a Tandy. I'll never forget it. I had it for think about this. I had it for 4 months, and I just hated it. And I got Radio Shack to return it. They gave me all my money back.
That's pretty awesome.
After 4 months.
That's probably why they're out of business.
All right, listen, we have news ahead, then Kilmeade is coming up. WIBX.
There's something magical about unboxing. When you unbox BritBox, you uncover a world of British entertainment. Stream the UK's most brilliant series, including new and upcoming seasons of Shetland, Father Brown, and Death in Paradise. Plus new originals like Payback, Irving Welsh's Crime, and Archie, the story of Hollywood's greatest leading man, Cary Grant. Unbox BritBox and escape to the best of British TV. Stream with a free trial at BritBox.com.
Hi, I'm Martha Stewart. Every year, more than 4 million pets enter shelters here in the United States. My friends at American Humane have been helping animals since 1877. The goal is to ensure that pets have a safe shelter, especially during natural disasters. Adopting a shelter pet allows shelters to help more animals awaiting care. Please consider adopting today and take some time to learn more about American Humane's other work at americanhumane.org.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX 950 Utica, Rome, W295DI Utica, Rome, your news, talk, and sports leader, a Town Square media station.
After an all-night debate, an early morning vote at the Senate. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
The yeas are 70, the nays are 29. The bill, as amended, passes.
It's a $95 billion security bill providing military aid to Israel and Taiwan, and 2/3 of it goes to Ukraine. Its president posted on X that U.S. assistance helps save lives as they fight Russian terror.
26 Republicans, 2 Democrats, and 1 independent voted no. Some Republicans tried to filibuster the deal over a lack of border security provisions and the overall price tag. The bill now faces an uncertain future in the House, where Speaker Johnson has said he believes each part of the bill should be voted on separately.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz. Tonight, the House will try again to impeach the head of Homeland Security, blaming Alejandro Mayorkas for allowing record illegal immigration, and this time they might succeed.
Republicans only had 215 yeas last week, but so did the Democrats. That's why the vote failed. However, House Majority Leader Steve Scalise is back from cancer treatments. It's doubtful that the 3 Republicans who voted no last week will vote yes.
That is Fox's Chad Pergram. Democrats call it a sham, and Mayorkas will not be removed by the Senate. This happened again overnight.
A cargo ship that was traveling from Brazil, ironically to Iran, was targeted with 2 missiles launched from Yemen early this morning. The Houthis claimed the vessel was linked to the Americans, but in reality, this ship was Greek-owned.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv. The U.S. has hit those Iran-backed militants in Yemen with airstrikes many times, trying to stop the attacks on ships. We just got an update on inflation. Consumer prices rose 0.3% last month. As for the the annual rate. Fox Business Network Cheryl Cassoni reports.
Year over year at 3.1, the street was looking for 2.9, which is better than last month. I just want to say last month the rate was 3.4. Now you're getting a 3.1, but economists were looking for something weaker than that.
And a sell-offs in store on Wall Street. Dow futures down more than 300 points. America's listening to Fox News.
Don't let everyday aches and pains keep you from living your best life.
I don't think I really understood what people meant when they talked about pain until I started feeling it myself.
Start feeling better every day with Relief Factor, a daily supplement designed to support your body's fight against aches and pains.
Not only do I move better without pain, I just feel better.
Created by doctors, Relief Factor uses a unique formula of natural ingredients that target 4 metabolic pathways to address pain. Relief Factor doesn't just mask aches and pains, it helps reduce or even eliminate them.
Today, I do the things I love, and it doesn't occur to me to think about pain.
You can feel the difference all day, every day.
Join the over 1 million people who have tried Relief Factor's 3-week Quick Start Kit. It's only $19.95. Visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4RELIEF. And feel the difference of Relief Factor.
Good morning, WIBX 950 News Time, 9:03. I'm Andrew Dominio. 31 degrees under cloudy skies. Your full weather forecast is coming up. This update brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. 2 people are recovering from injuries after being hurt in a head-on crash in Vernon. Authorities say the collision happened yesterday on Prospect Street and involved a car and pickup truck. The impact led to the driver of the car being airlifted to Upstate University Hospital, while the pickup truck driver